Here we are. It's me, Beamsy, and I'm here with Turbo for the Swiss stage of the Baltic Trackmania League Fall 2025. And I think it's going to be a good day. We've got 5 stages and 8 people going through to the
Yep.
finals tomorrow. So, hello, Turbo.
Hello, hello. How are you doing? I mean, I'm still a bit sick. Coughing is getting a bit better though, but I'm still not quite there yet. I will be better tomorrow. But yeah, I'm hyped for today actually because now the tournament, was teasing us a lot in the past, right? With a lot of great events that we've had. The last chance qualifier yesterday, and then also the 6 individual fast learn events. And now we're here.
We are.
Finally, I'm looking forward to it.
I know it's been a long road to get here, hasn't it? It really has. But we've done it. We made it here, and I think this is going to be a good weekend. Apart from the fact you're ill and I'm recovering from illness and can't stop coughing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just the dynamic duo of how it is, both being a bit ill. But guys, let me quickly explain to you how the Swiss stage work. So we have now 4 matches where the seeding does matter, of course, from the actual qualifiers. We have Oris in first, Sudo second, Yeva, Fane, Kaluki, Dwinjo, and NX decide to not play. For that, we have Critty on the 7th seed, Luck OC, Bits, Lucky Arrow, Zyron, Horsemeat, Lama Lapas, and Lycoris. Those players have qualified via the qualifier. And then we also had 2 players qualifying from the last chance qualifier that took place yesterday. Those players are Machelli and XXV. They take seed 15 and 16, and those seeds will then put into 4 different matches with 4 players each. So first match is seed 1, 8, 9, and 16. So for ours, it should be an easy task to do. But yeah, so on and so forth. I can also put the spreadsheet into the chat. But what match we're going to focus on for now is match 4. It's Yeva, Lycoris, Fane, and Zyron. Zyron only on seed 11, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think this looks like it should be a really interesting little match to start with. So from the qualifiers, these are strong players. And yeah, I'm quite excited for this one, if I do say so.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one, especially Fane, who did really good during during the qualification. I'm looking forward to see how much he has practiced, and also if he can match the pace from from Zyron, of course, who's in the match, not Oris. Oris is in match number 1. Because they have been playing quite a bit. Now we have pick and bans. It will be a random ban by the looks of it, or is someone banning it? I think it will be random, right?
I think that's right, but I think we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see how this one is working out. Hopefully everything works. But also I want to explain to you how Swiss stage work. Okay, there you go. Match starting. We're gonna find out what match has been banned by not seeing it. So you have to win 3 matches over the maximum of 5 matches. Once you have 3 wins locked in, well, you're through. So if you're 3-0, there's only one potential outcome for that. For 2 players in that regard, they go through. So you can, if you win 3 matches from 5, you go through. And if you lose 3, like in those 5 matches, or like only 3 matches, you're out. So it's a dynamic system. And it has been used quite a lot in Trackmania esports. I really am a fan of it because you always play against players who have the same win-loss ratio as you in the matches.
Yeah.
I hope that was comprehensible, but yeah.
That was good. I think what's going to be interesting about this one, like you say, Fane was really cooking, and Zyron is a very good player. But I think they're a good shout for someone that could do well here, because some of the qualification stages, they were really fast. So just see how much people have practiced and what their actual potential is in the long term.
Yeah, it's not fast learning, right? It's something completely different. And I mean, this map from Picunia has already shown us a great storyline of how hard this map was to learn. We've had a very hard ending section in here. And also the start, players were struggling a lot. But look at the start from Zyron, but he oversteers there a little bit. So he falls behind. And they can also see the system here in this match is that we play up until 100 points in cup modes. Point repartition is 10, 6, 4, 3. So default cup modes, just stay in top 2 to go into the 1-0 bracket. And if you are in the bottom 2, it's still not over. You still have, 2 more lives in that regard. 2 more chances if you, or like 1 more if you then also lose your match. But you get the points. You then play against weaker players as well. But Zyron not with a good start here in this round. He's behind, but also Fane crashes, so Ieva in the lead.
Yeah, it's interesting little round to see. Looks like, people can still make mistakes even with their practice. And as mentioned, I'm going to have to run for a second. So we'll leave you on Ieva for a second, and I will be back. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, all good. All good, all good. So I think his order just arrived, so everything is good. But yeah, Ieva taking the first couple of points, and also a player that I definitely want to stress here, because she has been doing fantastic in the last couple of months, years throughout the Baltics. Also has attended Comic-Con Baltics, I think twice. I'm not sure the first time I was there, if she was there as well. But I don't think so. I kind of not remember it in that regard, but like definitely one time, that's for sure. But I think also the second time she played on there. And look at the run here. It's a very good fight and probably the best player we could spectate here in this round. But Zyron gets a much better exit from that drift here. Very wide line from Ieva though, trying to accumulate as much speed as possible. Zyron getting that line through. I thought he didn't nail the apex, and also this jump looks clean. Almost clipping there though. But Zyron finally finds his first 10-pointer in this match after only 4 points in the first round. 53.257.
Well, apologies about
those
that.
are times... Yeah, all good. And I mean, those are times that Zyron already drove after like an hour of practice. The world record is a 52.28 from Critty. So definitely more possible. Maybe Zyron was saving it a bit in this round, but it's enough to win the rounds.
Yeah, so... obviously, I didn't get to see what I just missed, but I had to go and grab a delivery, which was brilliant timing. But
What
yeah,
did you get actually?
Subway, but it'll be a while before I get to eat it, so that's sad.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I was,
should be.
I ordered it about 2 hours ago and
too.
thought, yeah, that'll be perfect before. And
Yeah,
then they
busy
couldn't find the
Saturday,
delivery.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Ieva did really good in that round from before, and was definitely challenging Zyron there up until like the part from here beforehand. And also, like, I was not going for the outside line. You're losing a lot of speed. But let's take a look onto the battle between Fane and Zyron. Fane again with a mistake in that trajectory. He also did that mistake in round number 1, and Zyron with a free 10-pointer here. Lycoris will get third, Ieva on second, and Fane losing ground here. Only 12 points here from the first 3 rounds. That is not too much for him.
Yeah, it could be a little bit concerning that for Fane to already just be having these little issues, but it's a long road to 100. It goes fast, but at the same time, it's a long road, and there's many chances here to gain. And I guess the difference now, obviously, is that we're playing all the maps. We're not just watching one map, so you can be, at your best on one. Sorry, you can be elevated on one map compared to another if that's the one you've chosen to focus on practicing, and that can come in incredibly clutch for just securing you some good points.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't the best map here from Fane, that is for sure, but 12 points is already a big setback, 10 points behind Ieva, who does very well. I was also praising her in those rounds, so good to see that. But now we go to Großer Kurfürst, also a map from Pecunia. I think Pecunia also faced that has been improving quite a lot as a player, but also has produced some very, very good maps here. And for this competition, ×2. But also other maps that I've seen from him are very nice. So good to see that his involvement in the game as a player, as a mapper, but also as an organizer who has organized the DACH League. He approached me, and it's very cool to see that. Some fresh blood coming into this, and I'm very grateful of having a person like this in the Trackmania community.
Yeah, definitely. But can you remind me what Großer Kurfürst means? I mean, gross big, isn't it? And
okay, I need to change the translation for this. Let me check, because that's a word that you don't really... Wait, it's probably... Let me see. It's an elector.
Okay.
Like, Kurfürst means like Wähler in Germany, so someone who can elect someone.
Okay.
But probably here, probably an electoral prince. Electoral prince, I think it's pronounced.
Okay. Interesting.
Someone who was elected then, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, so something along that. Because
is it a word you ever use in German, or is it just not a very common?
it's usually a word that we use for like some sort of streets or like, you know, some locations, I would say,
Okay.
right? Rather than you really use it. It's a bit of an older word in that regards.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
I
don't know if you
mean,
saw.
like to pronounce it or like to translate it like very primitive, like very simple, I would say it's a big elected prince. I would
Okay.
like put it very simply like that. Yeah, okay, let's focus on the round because it was a good round for Thane until it wasn't because he sadly crashed. Zyron doing very good work here, up to 40 points here, so another 10 points are going to his account. Yeva also making sure to move away from Thane, who got first position in the round from beforehand. So Yeva moving up a bit more because Thane only got last place here. Too bad for him.
Yeah, it's looking like it could be quite dominant from Zyron so far potentially. But yeah, that battle for second here, I think, is going to be interesting. At the minute, you know, if things stay roughly how they are, i.e., Fane, I think they could stay quite close on points for quite a while because they seem to be trading places quite a fair bit.
Yeah, agreed. And now Thane with a mistake though, so this one round that he won, well, was good for his points, but now he struggles to find consistency. Maybe it's the pressure, the nerves. I'm not sure how many competitions Thane has played in the past. He's of course an OG player, like saying that
Yeah.
he's from like born in 91. He's 34 years old, so I just assume that. But yeah, well,
I mean,
that's pretty old. Maybe the 91 has another meaning. Who knows?
no, I believe that's right. That apparently he used to play. I think TMNF he played and then disappeared totally for years and then just randomly popped back up playing Baltic events. And this is all
Oh,
he ever does.
Siren.
And that's an
Oh,
unfortunate
Yeva.
touch. Why would I
How
even?
did he? How did I? You have not seen it, but how did Yeva get away with that one? So what happened is that Yeva jumped slightly too much to the right and hit the finish on the side, but she was able to crawl onto the barrier and then
Ooh,
make her way across onto the finish line. This could have gone way worse. I mean, the 10 pointers were just gifted to her, but I mean, she decided to only take 6, but still better than only getting 3 points. So now the gap is back to almost 10 points. So that's good for her. And now we're gonna go to the next map. A map from Fendar. And I don't know what that one means. The map name.
no. Yeah. And this is the updated map, isn't it? It's seen in a. Is it that one? Oh, ignore me. My brain is non-functioning. So
Yeah, all good, all good.
this this is shaping up well. Well, and I realised that we made a tragic error to them. We didn't make a
What did we do?
prediction before the game started,
Yeah.
and it's too
We
late
did
now.
not do that. So, but my prediction going into this match, like without being biased now, would have been Siren on first and then Thane on seconds. This would have been
Yeah.
my prediction before going into the match. So seeing Yeva performing very well, also now contending for the victory here. Very wide approach, will have a lot of speed, and Siren clipping there as well. So Yeva coming closer. That's a great first round here on Fendar's map. And let's see the ending here, the bug slide, and then a good exit is required. Not sliding, Yeva gets a lot of exit speeds and wide approach here as well. You want to make sure to get a smooth landing in there, but Siren got it really well. And well, Siren winning. Yeva on second though, still very good for her. And then Thane 7 seconds behind. Does not play any significant role in this round. But well, this would have been my prediction. And I mean, Siren is a safe call, but for second, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think I would have gone the exact same as you actually, Zyron and Fane. But yeah, I even looks like like she's well practiced on the maps, and yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting battle as we're now just over halfway here with a little clip by Eva. So I guess it's not just
Yes.
Fane that can crash and go behind. And that could be a big moment for Fane here for this round to just get some points back on Eva potentially.
Yeah, I agree. Fane gets a really good start here, as you can see, is ahead of Zyron here. Doesn't get a no-side exit from that turn, which you can definitely do, and Zyron with a much better outside turn, but I think he touched there. So he will lose some ground towards Fane again, but it's a back and forth. It's a pendulum swinging here for that first place gap. As Zyron also bumps over there, so losing more and more speed here in this corner. Wide approach. Oh, doesn't get a good setup, but I mean, it's a different line from Zyron all along, but it didn't really pay off. Zyron going tight and Fane inside, and Zyron making a mistake there in this turn will not make the jump with a lot of speed. So like Chorus will actually get his second place in this match. Zyron from first to thirds, and it could have been much more for him. So now he needs at least 4 more rounds for finalist.
Yeah, it's, in that sense, yeah, but also that's a massive round for Fane there to catch up with Aiva, now only be 5 points behind. Sorry, and knowing you can get a round win on a map on this map, you know, maybe for Fane now you just feel a bit more confident this round. Try and get another round win.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so. But now he battles with the Eva. But Fane with a great line there. I thought that he would slow down with that, but that wasn't the case. You can, I think you can either exit with a no slide there or go very tight as Eva did.
Yeah.
But I think Eva didn't get a good amount of speed out of it. So Fane again could go for the back-to-back here if he stays ahead.
Yeah, but you know, there's still a little bit of potential on this map for things to change a little bit coming into this section, but it's looking like that could be it if you get a good landing here. Yeah, that'll be. Oh.
Yeah, Eva almost hitting the plastic there. Zyron with a DNF, actually. A classic Zyron DNF. Sometimes he does that to just regain his focus. I mean, he's still quite far ahead, but he should not do that again. I mean, it's quite the yellow card, I would say. If one could say like that.
It's fine for that round. You're going into the next map. Okay, cool. If you do that again, that's a bit dangerous then, because you're only a couple of points ahead of second. But potentially, you know. But yeah, I think that's still just about okay. But the closeness there of Aiva 53, Fane 52.
Close round, indeed. I mean, not close round, but a good time there in this regard, as I actually let me actually see, because 1 second. So actually Marcelli gave me some lore about the name Großer Kurfürst.
Okay.
Which was like, he's a war nerd, and it was something like I think it was a boat in the First World War.
Okay.
So from the Imperial German Navy during World War I. So something along those lines, like. And there's a remnant of it, and it's like a battleship bell, and it's sold for 5,000 quid.
What?
Okay, so just some.
So the map is dedicated to the German Empire. There you go.
Dude, what is up with the German names? Also, Fichtenhain is a German name.
Yeah.
Like, the Germans take over. Oh no.
I have heard rumours that Germany was moving to the Baltics, but
you had a dream, right?
maybe.
Okay,
I don't know if it's a dream or what, but yeah, Germany and the Baltics, 2027. I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. We completely missed out on the first round, but look at this, 9 points only between first and third, and I think we have a good match because Zyron is kind of throwing it away. Only 4 points in the last 3 rounds. That is not too much. He should regain his focus here in the next couple of rounds to not get the others closer towards him, and also Yeva dropped down to P3 actually.
Yeah, but still close between Ivor Fane. Obviously, only 3 points. I mean, the interesting bit is that now there's only 6 points between Fane and Zyron, and yeah, it's close. Getting. I'm gonna have to stop talking for a second. It's getting closer at the top.
Yeah, I agree, and it could be anyone's game, especially when finalist mode is creeping in, as Zyron gets a really good run here, but also Yeva catching up to Fane here for that second position. Very good line, but has to oversteer a lot, and Fane went for that exit here already, where he opted for a little speed beforehand to get a cleaner line through that sector where Yeva just lost a lot of speed. So it is 1, 2, 3 set in stone as long as everybody makes the finish. No, Zyron again fails the ending. And he will lose more and more points. Actually, Fane is now tied in points with Zyron. It looked like a dominant performance from Zyron, but he fails it right now. Both at 72 points. And Yeva also not too far behind. 7 points between first and third. I think we picked a great match.
I think we did. It's a really close match. You know, Zyron looked dominant to start with, but it's all closing in now. Ivor and Fane have both massively stepped it up as the match has gone on. And yeah, I think this is going to stay close now for a little while.
I hope so. I really hope that this match will end up in a triple final situation. Very unusual for a first Swiss round. Because, I mean, it's literally like a lot of seeds that are far apart playing against each other. However, it is Zyron who is seed 11, so the second lowest seed in this match. Yeva is seed 3, Fane is seed 6. So it's a bit deceiving because Zyron did not put too much effort in qualifying to the event with a great seed in comparison to his friend Oris, who got seed number 1. Let's see if Zyron makes the risky ending now. Looks great, has to oversteer a bit, but makes it. And also close round, only 0.4 between the players. Fane is on third position with that, will drop some points. Yeva closing in the gap to Fane again, it's 5 points, but Zyron up to 82.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting this. Like you say, with the difference in seeding numbers, but then also you look at who it is, the players here, and it's just, this match was destined to be good, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Like, well put there. Very well put, and the destination can end very soon for Zyron on this map already. It is a map from Thunesh and Y-Rolk, I guess. That's how you pronounce those names. I completely butchered them probably, but I can also Itemeri.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Something like that. I remember Marcelli corrected me when I said it wrong when I was casting this one during the qualifying stages, and it was something like that, so I'm happy to commit to it. It's
Itemeri. Sounds a bit Italian, I would say. Even though it's not, but...
No, it's Finnish.
You know, this Meri at the end.
I believe it's the Finnish word for a lake.
For lake?
No, for a specific lake. That's the name of the lake. But, yeah.
So it's a Finnish lake.
Yeah, or maybe it was the sea. I'm sure Marcelli will correct. But it was something like that. It was a body of water to do with Finland. Yeah.
A body of water.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And we have a great battle here where maybe one body goes into the pole here very soon, because the ice set can be very hard if you lose the gear, and Zyron had to release, lost the gear, and Yeva overtakes as well. Fane wins the round, makes the match ever so exciting here, as Yeva also gradually catching, or like just collecting points. Of course, losing points to the others a little bit, but still 77 points is a lot to work with, because the others are also in need of at least 2 more rounds for one of them to get that finals modes. I mean, if they get first, third, or first, second, respectively in those rounds, well, both will be finalists, but Yeva also can collect some points if she gets maybe second in both of those rounds.
Yeah, it's definitely not over for Eve. They've fought enough that they're close enough. And yeah, there's still a lot of potential here. But I think it's interesting that Fane is now on the same amount of points as Zyron, and comfortably in first place here. So potentially going to go quite nicely into first place after this run.
So the turning point was really when we talked about who our favorite was in this match. Eva
Yeah, definitely.
lost some. I think that was on map number 3, if I recall that correctly, and Fane with a 47.75. That's a very fast time. It is only 0.15 away from the world record, actually, that was set 5 minutes ago. Fane drove 0.1 away from his PB, so very good time there from him. And with that, he's up to 96 points. Just has to kind of finish the round, because we haven't really talked too much about like Chorus, who really puts in all his effort here, tries his best, but is only at 44 points, but sadly cannot find his way into this match here.
Yeah, it's been rough for like Horace, but you know, the fact they've made it this far is impressive in its own right, isn't it? And you know, just being here, that's an achievement in itself.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, reaching the top 16, it's definitely. I mean, you can do it with some focus and also trying your best, but it's still a harder task to do. That's for sure, because we have had some players playing. Let me see how many played in the qualifier. It was 39 players
30.
who at least showed up in one of them, and Fane. That hurts. This one hurts.
Yeah, it's
99.
It's not what you want, is it? Any other position's what you want, but yeah.
Aye. That is so
But
unlucky
look at that.
for Fane.
3 players on 90x points with an even 91.
And we go back to map number 1, and this was a good map for Yema.
It was. So we could potentially, almost certainly actually, have a triples finalist after this round if Aiva was to win. We would have a triple finalist if
Yeva wins and Zyron gets third.
Zyron gets third, yeah. That could be fun.
So Itameri is Baltic Sea, it's the East Sea. Okay.
Sea. Baltic Sea.
So in Germany it's Ostsee. Why is the map not named Ostsee if every, like 3 of the 5 maps or 6 maps are called in a German way? But, well, here we are. Into the next one. Let's see what the players are cooking. Fane at 99 points. He just has to finish Zyron. 3rd place is needed, and Yeva has to deny this to the others, or just has to get the 1st position here in this round. So far, she is 0.1 behind. Fane with a good line. Zyron and Yeva getting also close to the wall there. But Yeva slightly losing ground. Fane crashing. Zyron almost crashes there as well. How did he survive that?
I know, that was incredible to survive that, but I even looked at they have slightly more speed if they can get a good exit here, which doesn't quite pay off for them. But yeah, there's a chance. There's still a chance here if Zyron was to make a mistake in this last term. Probably unlikely, but we'll have to wait for the triple finalists.
Yeah, I mean, Yeva now has to clutch it out, because both Zyron and Fane are in finals mode. But what is probably safe to say that if Yeva finishes the next rounds, regardless of Zyron or Fane win, she will be in finalist. So that's very important, also for her mental, to work around that one. And let's see if she can maybe deny and have 2 more opportunities. But Zyron with a great start. Fane maybe crumbling under the pressure, already have a second behind.
Yeah, it's a good start here by Zyron. Possibly quite dominant, just trying to get the job done. Get yourself over the line, 0.5 ahead of Aiva. About halfway through the map here. And
but losing speeds.
Yeah, Aiva. But this is what we could want to see. Neck and neck again.
Wow, what a close fight.
Yeah.
Oh, Zyron. Ooh. Oh, no. That was a very unfortunate mistake. And with that, well, we have a... Oh, my God. Yeah, oh, yeah. Ooh, that was close. She was really trying to throw it away, but we have a triple final situation in the first match.
Yeah, that was an experience to witness. But yeah, the triple finalist, that's what we're here for. That's what we came to see, isn't it?
First Swiss round, triple finals. That's something you don't see that often. And we already have seen the first mistake. It is like Chorus, who is only at 56 points, so a long way to go. I think his best position in this match was 2nd. The first position was always occupied from Yeva, Zyron, or Fane, and currently it is Fane having the run of his life. He's in the lead, and just imagine that, Siren not making it into the winners round of, or like the 1-0 matches in the first
Yes.
Swiss. That would be already a mess up, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy thought, but it looks like that's possibly what's going to happen here. Fane on a very, very dominant run. Although they didn't quite get the best speed there, but I think they'll stay ahead. Yeah, and Fane gets the job done.
Yeah, Zyron ran for the Buckster there. It almost worked out, but it feels like he didn't have too much exit speed. So now it's either Ieva or Zyron already getting demoted into the lower matches, as it's only potentially one more round, unless Lycoris is going to win. And we go to another map swap here. We go to Pecunia's second map here, Großer Kurfürst, for one more time. Wow. Like, I could really see Zyron not winning this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible, and it's not when you want a map change, is it? Right there, that's not the one you want. I remember during the qualification, which obviously very different because fast learn rather than this. But I remember Eva looking very confident on this map the first time we watched it, both today and also in the past. So yeah, I'm curious to see how this one's gonna play out now, but it could be all over this round.
Yeah, it could be all over. Zyron gets a great start, but of course he's taking a lot of risks here, as he's already 0.3 ahead by the looks of it. Doesn't crash into the wall right there. So very good round here from Zyron. He just has to survive the rest of the map. I mean, the map is like 1 minute long, and I mean, there's still a lot of things to clear for him, but it looks like that he will get the job done. Unless I'm...
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's still the ending. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, the ending likes to throw up a little bit of drama. Also, this section here can be problematic, but Zyron clears that fine. And it looks like they should just be cruising on, depending if the finish goes well.
Yeah.
Which it does.
So Eva, sadly, the unlucky loser of this match, but I think we're gonna see her in the next couple of matches. She's gonna steamroll through them, because that was a great showing. She should not feel demotivated from that. Of course, it would make things a bit easier if you go 1-0, but like this, she will just have a free match coming up afterwards. So I think this was... I would be surprised if any other match is still ongoing. Okay, never mind. I think all of them are.
Really?
I'm just gonna go on server 3 actually and see what happens there.
I just clicked on server 1, so
yeah, I mean, it's fine. Maybe you can see what's happening on server 1, so we can just have a radio broadcast.
Alris has won. Bitsy's on 90 point. XXV6 is on 95. Look OC down on 76. So could be worth just playing this out. Let's see who comes in second here. I'm imagining Alris would have got the job done quite quickly.
Yeah, I guess so as well. And here on server 3 we have Kaluki, who comes as seed 7, winning his match. Pseudo, who was seed 2, is now in finalist. Marcelli, 3 points behind finalist. Lucky Era on 88 points. So this was also a very close match. I was expecting that one as well. So good to see that. So many close matches all along. So that makes me only hyped for the next couple of Swiss rounds, because it seems like everybody has a shot of making it eventually.
Yeah, and just for context in this match now, XXV6 has just got themselves finalist. Bitsy is still not on finalist. So potentially XX goes through here and Bitsy in third. That's a bit surprising, I think. That's a bit of an upset. Oh, I should have thought of that. That's disappointing. Yeah.
That's all good. But, I mean, I think why the match went so quick is because Lycoris didn't score so many points. And in comparison to the other matches, it was the others just stealing points from each other. Because I think Lycoris didn't get a single 10-pointer in this match, sadly. He got 1 second position for sure. So that's how it is. So here Marcelli and Suda now finalists. Lucky Era at 92 points. So if he wins, well, he's also in finalist. How's it going on your server?
Yeah, so like I say, finalist XXV6 is finalist, but Vitsy's 1.8 seconds ahead of Look OC, XX DNF, so it's going to be a double finalist situation.
Love to see it. So double finalists on both of our servers. Here it's also Sudo versus Marcelli, both getting a great start into the map, no one of them crashing. So it's approximately 0.1 of a second between the players. But also Lucky Era is not too far behind, 0.2, but has no speed in a long sector here on Fichtenhain, a map that we've already seen. So I think on my server it will probably be decided between the Estonians. It's Marcelli
Ooh.
versus Sudo, but it's so close between them. It will all come down to the ending. What is going on your server?
Well, Bitsy's had a very, very good start here. XX looks to be a little bit out of the conversation. 0.9 behind Bitsy actually going into this checkpoint. So I think it's a victory lap. No, Bitsy's full crashed. But so now it's going to be a victory lap for XXV6. He was 2 seconds behind. Now he's zero point 0.5 ahead of
Oh,
Bitsy.
I've seen the crash.
Yeah. Oh, and XX has now crashed, but
What is
is
going on
going
there?
to get first. So there you go. That was a round.
Oh my. Yeah, I've seen it on stream.
um,
Luck OC
yeah.
couldn't capitalize on that. Here, Marcelli gets second place, so
Oh,
seat number 15 beats seat number 2. So very, very good job from Marcelli, who stayed ahead in a very close round, and that concludes the first round of the Swiss stage matches. So 1-0 players who have gotten top 2 in the first match will then play against each other, and then players who
yeah.
went 0-1 will play against each other as well. So I'm looking forward to it, and I think, I mean, we already got very, very good matches already,
Yeah.
and I expect to have more like them.
Yeah, no, that was a good way to get the day started, I think, really. You don't expect the first Swiss stages to be as close as what we've just witnessed, so it really shows the skill level overall of everyone there, and we'd love to see it.
Yeah. So we're gonna go on a small break, I
Yeah,
assume, and then we will be right back.
yeah, I'll stick us on a break, and I'll put a timer of some sort up, and we'll be back whenever the match is starting. So we'll catch you in a little bit.
And we are back, everybody, as we continue with the Swiss stage round number 2. We have generated our matches, and we have banger of matches coming up in the 1-0 bracket, but also the lower matches look very close. As we already alluded to beforehand, I think the matches are, like, the level is very close to each other, as we have maybe seen some consistency problems from some players, but I think maybe that will be the nerfs that are accounted for that one. So we now focus on the 1-0 match between Aurus, Dwinger, Macelli, and Zyron. I've already seen Zyron playing. Macelli, we have seen him yesterday. And now maybe a player that I haven't seen at all in this competition. It's Dwinger. Looking forward to see what the Latvian is able to do in this match here by any means, as we're still missing out on one player. Macelli still has to join the server. Maybe does some last minute preparation. But I'm excited for this one, that's for sure. Because 2-0 is already almost guaranteed day 2. You still have to win one more match, but you have 3 opportunities if you're 2-0. And usually you don't drop down if you don't lose 3 matches in a row if you're 2-0. Usually. It can happen, but usually not.
Yeah, no, it should be good, this one. I think it's also it's good to see our Aurus now, to see how dominant they potentially are, because they've got to be one of the favourites for this, if not just the favourite.
I agree. Like, Aurus is one of the favorites in this tournament to take it home. I mean, the prize pool is also 400 euro, 200 for first. Then we have 125 for second, 50 for third, and 25 for fourth position. So nice repartition. Back in the days, actually, only top 3 gets home with money. So imagine making it into the grand final and you get 4th and go home with nothing. That would be quite a bummer, I guess.
Yeah, it'd be disappointing, but it'd still be, the money's great, and that is a big incentive, and it's amazing to have such a good prize pool. But a lot of it's playing for glory, isn't it? And putting your name there. I guess if you get in the top 4 back then, you still get to have your name up there, and that counts.
Yeah, that's for sure. But if third gets 1,000 and fourth gets nothing, well, I mean, that feels a bit meh. Right?
You're not wrong.
Yeah, but I get the point. Even making it into the grand final with knowing maybe not having any shots and just enjoying your time, definitely a good thing, but could suck eventually. But yeah, that's how it is as the match is starting here. We have had the pick and ban phase coming to a close as one map is randomly banned. I think last time it was the full sweep map, actually.
It was,
that we haven't seen. And we're gonna go back to Fichtenhain now as map number 1, a map from Rip Fish World Record, a 1 minute point 648 from Critty, who plays in the other 1-0 match. And here we go. After 20 seconds of warm, we're gonna go. And now we don't forget about the predictions. Who do you think is gonna get top 1 and 2?
I'm gonna go for Aurus and Zyron. Aurus because Aurus, and Zyron looked like they had all the pace in the world. They obviously made a few mistakes in the last match, but I can't not back them to get through here, personally. How do you feel?
Okay, I go with Aurus as well, but for second place, I go with Dwinger.
Yeah, very good player. Very good player.
So I'm looking forward to see how he plays, but also someone like Macelli will deal some damage in this match. Zyron looked a bit, not shaky, but maybe bit inconsistent. He was very fast, of course, but I expect him to not do that, that consistent in this match, as he's already 5 seconds behind, as well as Macelli. Zyron with an additional respawn could be a no finish for him if he continues like that. So it's a fight between Aurus and Dwinger. And you see Dwinger's skin, actually? Did it load for you?
No, but it's the bright pink one normally, isn't it? I know it is loaded this time.
It's an
like
Eminem gaming skin for me.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah,
no, because normally Divino has a bright pink skin.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I remember that. It's a great skin from
nicer.
an orc that stole money from their players in Rainbow Six. As well as Aurus now stealing 10 points from Dwinger. How poetic can this be? As Macelli barely makes it into the risky. Zyron 4. Okay, he does make it, but only by a hair here. So Aurus winning the round, 1 minute, 0.8 is the winning time, which is only 0.15 away from the world record. So great time there to start off things.
What was Eminem standing for? It was Molotov and something, wasn't it?
In marshmallows, yeah. It was
Yeah,
also a
Molotov
former team from
marshmallows.
my side. Yeah. I was in there as a content creator and caster in that team.
Oh, right.
And casted Pack for, I think, like 5 seasons, 6 seasons, something like that. Like a very long time. Well, then an incident happens, and, well...
Yeah.
I was not part of Eminem beforehand anymore, but I still follow them, especially Pack Shonen, also from the tech team in Trackmania, because there has been a lot of players playing for Eminem, only casually, let's say like that, to give them some exposure on social media as well. But, well, that's just another story as Dwinjo makes a mistake. Marcelli on second place. Dwinjo eating that pole there. Too far inside. Oris again on first. Very consistent performance. And let's take a look onto the time. Another sub 101 time. Marcelli 1 second behind. Getting second place. Zyron with another poor performance. Only 6 points for him.
Yeah, you know, Alris ends up doing what you expect there, but you know, you're not wrong. Davino here already on map 1 looks like they've got a lot of pace possible, which is expected. But yeah, I think it should be a good battle, and I'm slightly regretting going with Zyron. Now I think about the consistency, that's maybe a bad call, but you know what?
Maybe it's only this map, who knows?
Yeah, if you get the prediction right and I don't, then it's a nice change of pace with things. So
yeah, usually you got your prediction right dead on the spot, so that was very good to see in the past. But look at this now, Zyron wakes up with a monster start here as he finds himself on the lead. Marcelli also with 2 fantastic rounds here in a row, finding himself on second, hesitates with that drift a little bit, but gets a good exit speed out of it, holds the gear, but now Oris comes a bit closer again. He wants to make it the 3-peat, the 3 wins in a row. There's already 1 gone. Marcelli with a mistake. Dwinjo too far behind to have a saying for second, but overtakes Marcelli in the meantime. Zyron and Oris, the duo, leading in this match. And there's only 1 risky ending left for Zyron, as he is looking good, and he makes it. And look at that time. That is a new world record, ladies and gentlemen. Zyron only knows fast or failing, and that is a great time indeed. Good job.
Make me laugh. That's not good for my throat. But you know, that was a good time. That was a good run by Zyron, and it renews my faith in them on a personal level.
Yeah, offline practicer detected, that's for sure. Players hide their pace, their lines offline, and try to get as much out of it possible. So you can see Zyron put in the effort, the hours, but he's still a young player. He has played a lot of competitions, but from my feeling, Zyron sometimes is getting his head too much in his way, right? That he thinks about a corner too much. He can just not continuously play. He gets out of the groove too many times in matches.
Yeah, I mean, it was only a very quick conversation. But at Expo Evo, I briefly met Zyron, and they seem like a really nice person. Yeah.
He is. It's very cool.
I had a quick chat. Seemed like a nice person. So that is my knowledge of them outside of this, and I think that's positive take.
My story with Zyron is that we played billiards against each other, and he's a very good player, right? And I play for, like, let's say, almost 15 years myself, like occasionally with my dad, right? But like he comes there with his glove and all of that stuff, and tries hard, and he plays better than me, but I then also applied some pressure onto him, and I won. So I did him dirty there. So he's definitely better than me in there. We had some very good and close matches, and he is a very nice guy. Like, very enjoyable spending time with him, that's for sure. Especially like with everybody from the Baltics. They're so nice and welcoming. It's always good to go there and have a chit chat with them. It's very cool.
Yeah, I met Davino at the Trent on Track event. He's a really nice guy. Him and mine were sitting with us talking for a lot of one of the nights there. That was a good night.
Yeah, Dwinjo is very cool. I've met him multiple times as well. Very chill guy, I would say. Also embracing the meme IRL a little bit. You know, he's very cool, and then also just a very fast player when it comes to playing those events. And right now he finds himself in the lead in this round here, as he can maybe even go into first position if Auris keeps on making those mistakes. He will not have a lot of speed for that jump. Still makes it across. Machelli crashing. Auris gets it really good. Very good line there from him, as Dwinjo finds himself still in the lead, wins the round, 52.9. Good time here as well. And I think that's a back-to-back win for Dwinjo, if I recall it correctly.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was either back-to-back or they definitely won 2 here, so must have been back-to-back. Yeah, they're looking like they've got a lot of potential here, competing with Auris as well. Auris on 35, Davina 34. You know, and then a little drop down for Zyron 25, Marcelli 21. But it's decently close, and we're still quite early on in the match. So,
did we both cough at the same time? That's awesome.
Did we?
Yeah, I just muted myself when I cough.
Yeah, I find it a bit awkward to mute whilst I'm streaming, which is my problem. So I would like to apologise, but
I mean, I just have a very fancy button for that. I just have to press it, and then I'll press it again, and I'm unmuted. So it's very convenient for me in that regard. So yeah, but yeah, especially in the early days, I sometimes forgot to unmute myself, and then you just talk, and everybody's like, "Yeah, where are you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, my mom kind of came into my room." the excuse, right? But eventually, you just forgot to unmute yourself.
Yeah. See, I've got a fake stream deck sort of thing, and it's really cool. But I've never bothered to set it up to do anything. I just have it plugged in with lights on it.
Also, another world record, by the way, from Auris. Another one. 52.205 is a world record on Das Baltikum from Auris. Great time from him. Let's say it like that. It's 0.05 ahead of Dwinjo's world record. So good to see that. Let's see how many world records can be beaten today if every online record from practicing is going to be cracked. And with that, Auris up to 45 points. So good job from him. But yeah, Stream Deck, to go back into the topic, it's such a useful tool. It's probably the best investments as a producer and streamer that you can do. Of course, you can set it up with bindings on your keyboard as well. I mean, there's workarounds, but the software and everything you get from that, it's very convenient. It's very easy to set it up.
No, that's why I got this. It's a Jazz. It's not overly cheap, but it's basically a Stream Deck, but off-brand. And I started setting it up for stuff, and as you do in life, I've been busy, and I've never finished setting it up to do what I needed to do. So,
yeah, but it's not hard. I mean, maybe you can give it a try at some point. I can just incentivize you to do that because it makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely. It's on my to-do list. It's on there. There's too many things.
The never-ending to-do list. I have the same with so many things that I want to set up or I want to do, and I still didn't do them. The classic.
Yeah, life. But Davina, a lot of speed here, trying to compete with Zyron. But and sniping that. That was an ending.
So good here from Dwinjo. Love to see that. And he wins this round. And well, Dwinjo is coming closer to Auris here. 1 point between them. 14 points between second and third. So great performance from Dwinjo and Auris so far. Zyron needs to show more of his pace from map number 2. Else the match is slipping out of his hands as we go into round number 2. Again, Auris and Dwinjo with a great start. Machelli and Zyron can solely not match the pace for both of them on this map.
Yeah, but little wall touch from Davina, not wall bang. This is not Call of Duty. Don't know why I've just said that. That was not the word. Oh, and Auris crashes. Ooh, maybe that could be a wall bang. Marcelli up into first now. Davina right on the tail.
Yeah,
I don't think we've seen Marcelli get a round win yet, but it'd be nice to see it.
Yeah, good round here for Zyron and Machelli because they both fell behind at the start. But now Dwinjo coming back, even though he has made a mistake. Very good line here in this part as well, setting up very wide. Machelli struggling to find the exit, and Dwinjo wins another round. And with that, he goes into the lead. I mean, the seeding doesn't matter. You only need to get first and second. You don't get an easier match into the 2-0 match because there's only 4 players, which equals to 1 match. So Dwinjo more than halfway through, 58 points, 21 points ahead of Zyron. Machelli and Zyron, they need to do some work. Else the match will be over very soon and the others are through into the next rounds.
I think, you know, even with my prediction here for Zyron, I think, you know, I can still argue that it's surprising how far behind Zyron is than compared to Divino and Ulrich at the minute. I think that's a little bit surprising. Marcelli obviously in roughly a similar position, but I think we'd expect Marcelli to struggle up against these players, but we want to see Marcelli do well.
Yeah, we want Marcelli to do well. I mean, he's cooking everything at the same time. He's organizing, setting up the servers, and then also playing on a very high level. I mean, he has won his first, or like got top 2 in his first match, has played yesterday in the Last Chance qualifier where he looked very, very good on. But here, it's a complete different beast playing against the best players from the Baltics. But I think he can definitely make it into the top 8 as Zyron overtakes Dwinjo with a great ending. Machelli sadly failed the risky and goes into the plastic. That's also one way of doing the risky ending. It's a bit slower because you travel a bit more distance, but still it gets the job done. But only 3 points for Machelli. Well, Zyron catching up, but still 19 points. That is so hard to catch up. Zyron has to find some first positions here on the next map.
And yeah, it's going to be rough, but I think, you know, I think even you going for Divino probably coming second wouldn't be surprised that there's only a 1 point difference between Ulrich and Divino at the minute.
Yep, it is. Definitely is.
It's quite interesting. It makes you wonder how much Divino has offline practice, really.
We don't know. I mean, we maybe can ask players if they're on the chats, because I think Dwinjo will go 3-0 or 3-1 at worst. So he will maybe be in the Twitch chat for 1 match if he then joins in. It will be a very, very like easy day for him. Or like just not playing too many matches, of course. But it's not over just yet because Zyron can come back. But Zyron, not sure what happened. Look at him, he's lying at the start. Not sure if there was any problem or something like that. I don't know about that one. I also don't see the chat, but I hope he's fine. But he just does not play. So Dwinjo and Oris will just move away, and it looks very anticlimactic here for the top 2 eventually.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's unfortunate if there is an issue there for Zyron. I guess the only good thing is Marcelli, as the organizer, is currently in the match, so can maybe do something if needs to, but I'm guessing that's probably just a GG round there, whatever's going on.
Yeah, I hope so. Maybe there will be a break afterwards if something like that happens. And also we have another new world record from Dwinjo, who has been... okay, so everybody seems to be playing.
Yeah.
Dwinjo with a 47.561, beating the world record by almost 0.1 of a second, so another offline practicer spotted here. And a bit of a lore towards Dwinjo. He's a fantastic ice player as well. He's really good on that surface. As you can see his eyesight here. Look at the exit. Look how much speed he has been gaining towards Oris. It's like 0.1 of a second just from one ice slide.
Yeah, it's impressive. And I was just thinking back to when I was speaking to Divino at Trent on Track, and I remember them saying there that I can't remember how much they said, but they had like a ridiculously high amount of offline prac that they'd done for the event. So I wonder if they've done the same here, because they're just setting beautiful times round in, round out.
Yeah, I agree, and he just proves your point. I don't know how much practice he really needs on maps like that, but I would say like maybe 2 to 5 hours per map. Something like that to be competitive. Maybe some maps click a bit easier than others. Maybe this one is easier for Dwinjo. I don't know, but there's also the opportunity to build part maps with speed that you have for designated parts to just go over and over, get them into your brain. You know, it has been a very useful thing to do. Not sure if players did it for this kind of tournament or if they just practice maps offline.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you'd want to.
There a bit.
if you do practice maps for these sort of maps, but I mean it could have value.
Definitely.
The king of practice maps, one of my dear friends, Bella Bruce. Most events he'll just randomly have practice maps come out, and then it's just in like, oh, all these random people have started hunting his practice maps.
Yeah, I mean that's why you put them in a private club.
Yep.
That you can only access with a password, or you hide it. There's some
you do, yeah, but
to do that.
he didn't do that for a few things. I think was it SMS last year, I can't, or what something. But he didn't do that for. It's just like, oh, cool. There's like 50 people have appeared on his part maps.
They're like, thank you so much for that. I mean, what you could also do is just be very sneaky, save the map, load it in the editor, and then just play it in editor.
Yeah.
That's what you could do as well, to completely be on the safe side, that nobody knows that you're even practicing offline. But usually the club names are like hidden or just very
unrelated.
You don't see them. Yeah. Encrypted. And also hello to Pecunia. Hello. We are in round number 2 of the Swiss stage. And this match is coming to a close here very soon. As Dwinjo's at 85 points, always at 79. So only 2 more victories for Dwinjo to make it into finalists. And then always still is in need of 21 points. So at least 3 more rounds are required. As Zyron got a great start, but overheating there a lot. Machelli now in the lead. You love to see it.
You do. We'd like to see a Marcelli round win at the very least. I mean, you've already said it, but just for the sake, big respect to Marcelli. What an incredible person organising the event and also getting to show up here. But they've done such a fantastic job organising this event, and it's been incredible so far. And here we are at the climax of the last 2 days, where it gets really, really good. And yeah, just big props to Marcelli overall.
Yeah, I agree with this one. From the fast learning competition to the whole format of this weekend with the last chance qualifier being a bit anticlimactic, of course, but it still adapted quite nicely to it. It created some pre-show to the event. We got to see all the maps again. It's great seeing that, really, and I think this is probably one of the best formats I've ever casted in Trackmania, because it mixes fast learning with just a real competition. It's very good.
Yeah, it's a really cool format, and also last night you got to hang out with Jörg, and Jörg is a really nice person, and that's just a real privilege for you, right?
Yeah, it was so much fun casting with him. Like we've had a blast, even though the match was not that interesting, because it was decided already quite early on. We were like, theoretically it's possible that this person goes through, but like after we had 8 rounds left and top 1 was already decided. And then on the last map, it was literally just finish all the rounds and you're fine, right? Don't DNF situation.
I've cast a couple times with Jörg, and Jörg's just someone that, it's easy to bounce off and just have fun. So.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. He's a very nice guy. As Machelli sadly fails the ending here. Still gets second place, though. And Siren now finding some hope as well, up to 69 points. He moves a bit closer, but maybe that is already a bit too late, because Dwinjo only need of the second place. Aura is also 14 points away only. So,
Marcelli and Siren both on 69, which is one very nice, but also they're not totally out of it yet. But it's very dangerous for both of them at this point. You need to just be winning round after round to have any chance really of getting anywhere. But it's time for Zyron or Marcelli to just really need to absolutely push for it now, if you want any chance.
It's not impossible to say it like that, as Zyron sadly didn't get a good start, jumped a bit too low there, so he had to respawn. But Machelli is still in the race and could at least get to 6 points in this round if he contests Dwinjo a bit more, or in this ending sector, always with a very wide approach, having less airtime in this sector and giving him a great setup for that turn. Not really paying off too much. And Machelli, crashing, but doesn't get penalized too much, but cannot overtake Dwinjo. So Oris with a round win, 55.7. Let me take a look what the world record on this map actually is. Maybe it was beaten again. Let's see. World record was, I think it was a 0.2 if I recall it correctly. Codename, never mind, a 0.5 it was. So 0.25 away from the world record. Good time, and Dwinjo is our first finalist. And let's go to Fichtenhain again. This could be the last map of this Swiss stage round 2 match.
Yeah, it very well could be, but it's interesting. I've just got to say, have you got the Trackmania IO links for the maps up on your other screen? Have you?
Yeah, I mean, everything can happen here. That is for sure. As we start very soon, one warm-up, and we are live. Zyron needs to do something. He needs 3 wins in a row. He could definitely make this one happen. That's for sure. But he should just play round after round. And that's something very impressive that I've heard from Carl Jr. and Pack during the World Cup, where they were like, okay, if there was like a bad round happening, it didn't affect them in the next rounds. Just completely emotionally isolating yourself from that round. And that's so impressive, and I think that's just distinguishes the good players from the best in that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a mental game as much as anything, and in life when it's come to any. Oh, and Davino goes into first place there. With any game, I've always struggled with any form of pressure. That's always been my biggest downfall, and yeah, it's such an important skill here. But Davino 0.3 ahead of Zyron, looking to get the job done nice and quickly. If they can just get a good finish here, that's a big GG.
That's it. That's it. Very, very good job there from Dwinjo. Didn't expect him to even beat Oris, who also gets into finalist mode with that, but Dwinjo with a great performance, another sub 101 time on Fichtenhain. And we have one more spot up for grabs from this match into the upper bracket Swiss stage. Round 3 will be a very nice match where players go in there who have won both of their matches that have happened already. And Zyron gets a great start, presses B for boost here, is already almost 0.2 ahead of his opponent, as you can see, but Oris certainly not slowing down, trying to push, trying to make it happen. Let's see if it works out, but he doesn't get a good slide here.
Yeah, I mean, it's such an important moment for Zyron now. You need to win, what, 3 rounds in a row to have a chance here. So just gonna push, but Oris has got more speed. It's gonna I mean, it's probably too.
Zyron? Nah, dude. Oh no.
Well, that's a scam. That's a scam. Whatever happened there?
I call it scam.
Yeah.
Maybe he returns now. Oh, does he? Oh, but no, it's okay. Well, he did, but I think he got a lag spike. Yeah, and with that, he is on last. Oh my God, Zyron.
Yeah,
that is so
that
unfortunate.
Hurts.
Oh my God.
That hurts. That really hurts.
That's a bummer.
We got anything else? We have got another game going on. Phil?
No, it's already gone. Kaluki won, Critty on second, Payne on third.
Well, that hurts to watch that. That hurts.
It indeed does.
Yeah. But I guess I'll.
Good internet connection is very important, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I may have got that prediction wrong, and you got it right, so well done. But like that was a good match, and I think Davino's really shown what they're about as we progress through today and tomorrow. That felt like a real statement. Beating Oris.
I agree.
Beating Oris.
Yeah, very good performance there indeed. As we return with the round 3 here very soon, matches will be, or the data will be collected, will be entered into the sheet and then put into the competition. So we have a match between Oris, Dwinjo, and then Kaluki and Critty, I think, because Fane and XXV got 3rd and 4th position. So this will be our 2-0 match. And then Zyron as well as Marcelli went into the 1-1 match, as well as Fane and XXV. So we're gonna be back after a small break, and I'm hyped for the 2-0 match in round number
Yeah,
3.
yeah, it'll be good. And I'll pop us on that break, and I'll give you guys a little timer, and we'll be back. Well, we're back. It's round 3 we're at now, and we're still here. We're still going. The day's progressing nicely, and we're having fun, aren't we?
Yeah, we do have fun. I mean, the matches have been delivering some surprises, I would say.
Yeah.
We were not expecting Zyron to become last in this match. And now he's in the 1-1 match. I mean, it was very close for him in the 4th match from the first Swiss round already. But now he's there. I think he can still make it into day number 2, that's for sure. But he looked a bit shaky. He needs to work on that. He needs to find some more consistency on those maps. The pace was certainly there. He has been driving 1 world records. So we have seen that live on stream, which was very cool. But now we have the match between Dwinjo, Kaluki, Aurus, and Critty coming up, where the top 2 have guaranteed day number 2 and also top 1 and 2 seeds. So seedings do matter a little bit, just of where you start in the bracket, of course. If you're in semi 1 or semi 2, I mean, in the upper final you meet anyway. So maybe if you are in seed 1, you get a slight easier match because you play against 4th, 5th, and 8th seeds, as opposed to semi 2, you play against 3rd and 6th seed then. So it will be exciting. Let's say it like that. It will be a great match, and also maybe foreshadowing to the grand final. This could also be a grand final for tomorrow. This exact lineup.
Yeah, it very easily could be. I mean, these are 4 of the favourites here, almost certainly. I still want to see an upset. Someone get to the final tomorrow that we maybe wouldn't expect, but there's a good chance that we're looking at, a mock-up of what the final will look like.
Yeah, maybe one player will be swapped out for another. Maybe Machelli eventually makes it, or Zyron, Fane, XXV, Eva also looking very strong. Sudo, of course, coming into this tournament as the 3rd seed. No, as the 2nd seed, sorry. So it will be interesting to see, because players still have some time after this to practice the maps, you know?
Yeah.
They can still boot up the game, put in some work if they make it into the top 8, and then it's another day tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. Very dynamic situation in those 2-day events. As the match is starting, we haven't seen the full screen map just yet. Maybe it's another ban. I'm not sure if it's like really that random, if this map has been banned twice. I mean, it's a 1 in 36 chance that this happens. And if it happens, then again, I think it's 1 in 216. Should be like that.
I will trust what you just said.
We have it. Suck. We do have it.
Okay.
So there you go. No 1 in 216 chance for the map being banned again. And it's also map number 1, so we're going to see it again. Love to see this. The full sweep, or the full sweep map in disguise, with some tech turns at the start, some mix style. But then it shows it's a real face.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this. You got to see this version of this map yesterday. I've not quite seen this current iteration of it. But it should be fun.
I hope so. To see. Let's see if it's fun for the players as well. As we start with the first round, again, format is the same. 100 points is the point limit. Top 2 goes through. And we've already seen great pace from Aurus and Dwinjo. We haven't seen Kaluki and Critty just yet. Critty struggling with the start, 7 seconds behind. But let's take a look onto Kaluki's first round. Never mind, he's also behind. So the winners from our match that we have spectated are also first and second.
Yeah, and we haven't made a prediction yet. I'm just going to go for what we've just seen. I think it's going to be an Aurus Davigno situation again. I could see Kaluki doing it. Critty's obviously good. But yeah, I'm going to go Aurus and Davigno, I think, myself here.
Yeah, I mean, it will be hard to beat the odds here, I guess, because Aurus. So you go Aurus and Kaluki, or Aurus and Dwinjo?
Aurus and Davigno.
Okay. Oh, Aurus fails the easy, risky ending here, having to respawn. Kaluki cannot capitalize on that, but Dwinjo will win the round. And you know what? I just go for something else. I go for the 2 Latvians. I go for Dwinjo and Kaluki.
Okay.
Even though it's hard to bet against Aurus.
That's
also a fantastic player. I think it will be a very close match, though. It will
be very
close.
That prediction's out there from you there, Turbo. That's
yeah.
That's going to be interesting if that happens. But you got the last one right, and I got it wrong. So let's see.
Let's see. Dwincho failing the bobsleigh actually, so that's quite interesting. As Critty finds himself in the lead after an early mistake in the first round, he now wants to fight his way back and get himself some points. Kaluki has so much speed though into the wood sector. Now the full speed comes into play. Critty with a different line there in this sector. Kaluki setting up for a wider speed side. Will have more speed in this sector. Coming closer. Will this pay off? The answer is yes. Kaluki, like clean lines all along, but goes into the pole. Unlucky.
And Critty not going for the risky. Or for a finish.
Smart decision though.
Oh, no, they did. I thought they missed the finish for a second. Right.
No, they just didn't aim, or they just didn't go for the risky ending here. As Dwincho, is he able to finish? He is not. Or he did. Wait, there's another finish.
There must be another.
Between.
Yeah, I think that's what confused me, yeah.
Yeah, okay, it confused me as well. And also, I think Critty also didn't know about this one. But look at this, we have a close match. 13, 13, 12, and 8 points. You love to see it. Hopefully it will continue like this.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see it carry on, but I just think this is such a curious match to see this early in this 2-day period, these four coming up against each other. It's a real testament to what is possible for this event, I think, this match. I really do. Yeah.
I agree with that one. It's very nice to see. Maybe not on this map, because the gaps have been quite large in those rounds. But we have a great fight between Oris and Kaluki, but Kaluki having to readjust, having to release. So Dwincho moves up into first position. Is Oris able to make the risky? The answer is yes.
Kaluki fails.
Makes it as well. Dwincho fails it. Critty onto third. And Dwincho from second to fourth. Doesn't collect any points. But good thing. 3 rounds, 3 different winners. And Oris second, and first position, 22 points in the lead for now, but only 8 points ahead of last. So this match definitely has potential. And Fichtenhain is our second map here in this rotation. 3 rounds will be played after small warm-up again. And I think now we're going to see the true potential of this match.
Yeah, I mean, the full speed one's always going to be one of the bigger gaps ones, just because it's something that either people play full speed or they don't. It makes a big difference even when you're talking about top players, about how much they like full speed. So I think moving away from that one, matches should just get closer and be quite nice now.
Yeah, I agree. It will be a quite nice match there for sure. I hope that this will continue like that as the warm-up is coming to a close here and the race starting. Let's go. Oris, 22 points, finding himself in a comfortable lead, but it's deceiving because one bad round and he could drop all the way down to potentially P4 in just 2 rounds, let's say like that. As all players have a good start. The Latvians, my favorites in this match, 1 and 2. Look at this here. Look at this, Beamsy. It's looking great.
It's looking like potential for you, but I'm just going to ignore that and hope for Oris to find the speed.
Great round here, look at that, only point through. That shows the pace from the players. Oris pushing though, a very good line in this corner as well, trying to accumulate as much speed as possible. And this is also a great line from Oris in this sector, very close between them. Oris with a great setup, will have good speed in this sector. It's only 0.1 between them, and the ending was so hard to deal with in the qualification, but also in those rounds. And Oris struggling a bit, does make it, but Kaluki with a mistake, still getting third position. Critty nowhere to be seen, opting for the safe finish, and he only gets 3 points, but 1 minute and 67. Let's take a look. What kind of time is that? Because I think that's really fast, actually.
But
this
both
is
of those
0.1 away from the world record.
But yeah, there was only 400s between the two of them then, and you know, if there hadn't have been a crash out, that could have been 3 players within about 500s or so, which would have been crazy. So a little bit unfortunate, but it shows the skill level of the match we're watching.
Yeah, that was a crazy round indeed, but mistakes are happening. But look at this. Look how close this fight is. 17 thousandths of a second between the top 3 players. They're giving everything that they have in this round. Absolute cinema here. Kaluki finding himself in the lead. Dwinjo, very good setup into that turn, but has a wider approach here, and with that more speed, so the turn that comes up from the plastic will be harder for him to just get around. And well, he tried to push it, clip there a little bit, unfortunately, and it's Aurus and Kaluki now finding themselves in the lead, but Kaluki with a mistake as well, so Dwinjo can capitalize on that, and slowly but surely Aurus is collecting some points. 38 points out of 50 possible. Dwinjo failing the ending and getting overtaken by Kaluki, who went for the safe ending as well. Greedy again, nowhere to be seen in this round. Only 3 points, sadly, for him.
Yeah, I mean,
Aurus 38.
and it really shows the levels that we're looking at here with how tight the last couple of rounds have been between people. Up until the ending, where there were a couple of mistakes, then all three of Aurus, Davigno, and Kaluki were neck and neck with one another. It really shows the skill level. They're all doing slightly different lines as well, but roughly staying neck and neck.
Yeah, it's it'll be very hard. Sorry, I was just coughing again, so I did not really pick up what you heard, because when you cough, you know, you don't hear too well.
No,
that's at
you
least
don't.
what I have when I cough. So sorry when I didn't pick up on what you have said beforehand. It sounds like
it just sounds like a good idea to ignore what Beamsy says, because you know I wouldn't blame anyone for doing that. But
I would only do it if you pull a bad joke. But usually your jokes are great, so I appreciate them. But look at that fight for a second. Kaluki with a great line, but it will not be enough to overtake Aurus, who had more speed into the ending. Dwinjo wins the round, and Aurus and Dwinjo moving away from the others here by the looks of it. It's looking great for them. 40 points, then 44 points for Aurus, and Kaluki now 12 points away. So it started as a close first map, but now the gaps are a bit bigger.
Yeah, it's a close match, and you may realise I am disappointed I haven't had any jokes to say yet today, so I need to work on that. I will put that on my to-do list.
What will you put on your to-do list?
Making a joke.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
because I have nothing to come to me today. My brain's pulling a blank when it comes to humour.
That's fine. I mean, that's just the German brain, because we don't know how to.
No. You can't do humour.
Yeah.
It's a close start here. I'm curious how this map will go. I think Aurus Davigno possibly will have a lot of potential like we saw last time here. But this should be interesting. I mean, there's a little gap separating here. Aurus and Davigno battling for that front spot. Aurus looking straight for a little bit more inside, Davigno going outside. Yeah, I think this is going to play out quite nicely. Good exit from both, actually, and this could be close round.
Yeah, good start from Aurus, but Rinja coming close. He's a very good ice player, though, as you can see. His look, he just caught up so much there in the end, and almost overtook Dwinjo there. But Aurus and Dwinjo again on another level in comparison to the others. Similar storyline than the other match that we've seen beforehand. So Aurus finding himself now crossing the halfway mark, 54 points, as he is dominating this match alongside Dwinjo, Critty, and Kaluki. They really need to find.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great position for Aurus and Davigno. Like you say, Aurus on 54, so Davigno on 46, but then Critty and Kaluki down on 29 and 32 respectively. It's quite a gap to have already, but it's doable if they can lock in and find some points. But it's tough competition to go against here with Aurus and Davigno. But yeah, Davigno looks like they've just got some natural speed on both the wood and also the dirt sections there. So with them being first now, this will be interesting going into the end to see how this isolate goes for them. And does that gap increase? Goes already 0.3 ahead of Auris. I know Auris gains actually. Another good round for Davino and Auris there. Very good round. So Davino. Possibly this map you'd think would be a chance for them to gain, but there they go with a little clip at the start. So putting them down into 4th place, which is not really what you want. But yeah, Hello? Up front now. Hello, you're back.
Yeah, I think I then just cast it around where I thought you just coughed. So I think it was my internet or Discord's. I don't know what happens. We back.
Yeah, I realized you weren't here, and I've been kind of like awkwardly casting, but also thinking, where's Turbo? So
yeah, I mean, I was casting. I was like, where's Beamsy? That was interesting. Okay, interesting. Because like, for how long was I gone actually? A minute?
A round and a half, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because because I was casting for that long as well.
Yeah, no,
Avoid.
Don't worry. I carried on. I just fully casted it, but I probably sound a bit confused. I was also sort of thinking, because I say stuff and it's like, oh, there's no turbo. Okay, just go carry. Yeah. But how was the void? Was it nice?
The casting or being DC'd?
No, just being in the void. Was it nice, peaceful, calm, relaxed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I managed to see the Hawken radiation as well, or however that is called. Ooh. Right. It's a good place there. It's a bit cold, but it's great.
I've heard good things. It's a good place if you need to just catch up with some thoughts. But right now, you don't want to catch up with your thoughts. You want to focus on watching some Trackmania.
Yeah, oh, good one. I appreciate your... Yeah, it was really a joke storyline in that way, so I really appreciate that. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very, very good here.
Well,
as it is not good for August. Yeah. Wasn't Huma also a track in some competition? Called like Huma?
That rings a bell. Was that SMS or something?
I think it was like something like... was it XP Evo? Like something very recent.
Yeah, it might have been XP. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Maybe chat knows it. Chat always knows. And Critty winning a round. You love to see it.
Yeah, they're not totally out of it at this point. They're picking up points there. They're doing okay, and Carl Leakey also getting second there, which is good for them. So potentially could be a little moment in the match this, if they can both pick up some points to gain back on Davino and Auris.
But maybe that's what I said. Maybe the task is already too big to catch this one up, because it's like, I mean, okay, it's 13 points. Never mind. Critty got a lot with that 10-pointer here in this round. That is for sure. Critty got a lot of points towards Dwinjo in this round. Look at that starting off from Kaluki. So now all of a sudden, the tables has turns.
Ooh.
As you can see, Kaluki and Critty can get some points in this round here again. Dwinjo wants to deny them, but Critty with a great slide in that sector here, trying to put everything he has into that map, but touches on the inside, doesn't get a good outside dirt turn, and the Latvians are leading. Hopefully Kaluki can hold on to the first position. Dwinjo almost touching. Kaluki with great speed. Let's see.
Davino with all the speed there. Oh, wow, to nearly slam. 3,000. It's like, that's good. But that speed Davino just found in the end then was quite insane to witness. That was a very clean line that they took.
Yeah, that was indeed very clean from him in the end. But 3,000s, man, that was so close. Could have definitely worked out for Dwinjo, but it wasn't meant to be. Wait, Dwinjo got second, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. So because I just sometimes when I usually cast, I only look onto flags, and that way, or you can get very confused when first and second are from the same region, and maybe you did not really see the name right. In that regard, it can cause some confusion. But in this round, it's very clear who's in first.
What happens? What would happen if you did a German only event? Would you have no idea what's going on?
Oh. Yeah. Well,
the German won the round. Oh, okay.
Nah. It's a bit different. But here, like in a match like this in the Baltics, you have two Latvian players, and in Germany, like then of course if there's more known players or like players that I cast a lot, of course I cast those players a lot as well. But if there's Massa failing, if there's here Kaluki failing, I know it as well, but it's hard to explain. It's
okay.
Sometimes you can get confused.
Yeah.
Even though everything is clear. Like it doesn't make any sense to you guys, but to me it's just my foggy brain calling right now.
I get what you're saying. I don't know. When I'm looking at anything, I remember for about a round and a half what I've just seen. But if you ask me what happened 3 rounds ago, I've honestly got no idea.
Yeah, only some memorable moments. For example, that Eva failed that ending on the first match.
Yeah.
On the first map. For example, that one.
Yeah, I remember stuff like that, but I'll go, these 4 people won the last round, and then we go to the next round. It's like, right, cool, 2 rounds again, no idea what happened.
Yeah, sometimes you can make it up with the points. That's what I usually do. If like has, let's say, 46 points booting into a map, and then he has 76 out of it. Well, then you know that he has won the 3 rounds on this map. That's like something that I sometimes do to just track the points and kind of see, okay, what makes sense? How many points can they have? Maybe do some math as well. If they have 20 points, they can only get first, third, and second in those rounds. There's no other possibility of how to get 20 points other than you DNF, but then you would have noticed that. However, who doesn't DNF in this round is Dwinger, who lost some ground towards Oris, and he wins that round. 84 points, Critty on second, but now up to 63, so the gap is still widening and widening, as you can see here.
And you're really in that danger zone now. Oris, if they win this round, obviously getting finalist. Divino potentially 2 rounds away. You really need to start getting some points to have any chance at all here of doing anything. But obviously, when they get to 100 points, they still enter finalists. It's never over until it's over.
And the others still collect points in that regard, so that is very important to notice. That synchronized mistake from Kaluki and Oris in that corner both crashed at the same time, not the same part. And also here, I think both of them crashed again at the same time. That looked quite fun, actually, if I do say it like that. But of course, both have to take some risk if they're behind. But look at this round between Dwinger and Critty. So Oris will not be in finals. He will not win this round. Is Dwinger able to get up to 94 points or 90 points? The answer is most likely 94, but Critty gets a great ending. Dwinger with more speed. Will it be enough? 15 thousandths of a second, and Dwinger wins the round by going a bit wider, sacrificing so much time. But it wasn't enough for Critty to capitalize on that.
No, it's good, but anyway, it played out quite nicely for Critty on 69 points and Kaluki 64. The other two haven't quite got finalists yet. But Oris and Divino, almost certainly, if they will get finalists here, be quite surprised if at least if neither of them did. So, really, for Critty and Kaluki, they really need to lock in at this point because you can potentially deny them those finalists for one more round if you deal with it.
Yeah, they do need
they
to.
Want to.
Of course, they want it. They want to get into day number 2 with the top 2 seeds that are up for grabs in this match. Of course, they will have an easier match coming up afterwards. And also having a bit of an outlook for day 2 already. I mean, those are the players that they probably face. Oh, interesting. Ooh. So many mistakes. Oh, Dwinger as well. What is happening in this round?
Yeah.
So many mistakes. Oris flying off. Dwinger with a mistake. Kaluki, the only player who has survived
Well, I
and
said what they
3D as
needed to
well.
do, and they did it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly what they needed. But it gives them an outlook of what to expect in
Yeah,
day number 2. And then they can work on some of the maps. You can still practice every map for an hour, I would say 5 hours of practice, maybe in the evening, or maybe like half an hour, 2.5 hours, and then 2.5 before starting the match. Something like this. It's still plenty of time to work with. And I really
yeah.
look forward to see if this match happens the exact same, maybe in the upper bracket final, if it plays out differently. And I hope so.
I mean, what I'll be interested about as we go into day 2 is to see how much people like Auris are pushing themselves at the minute, or if they're sort of being a little bit more reserved and holding back so that they can unleash their true potential in day 2 if they feel
True.
confident they can get there without. So I think potentially,
Yeah,
it could be
yeah,
good.
are they showing their true form already?
Mm.
And also someone like Zyron, for example, who was struggling a lot to find his rhythm. He has the pace, but the consistency is just not there for him. What he can do, but I'm quite certain that he will make it into day number 2.
Yeah, I'd be
He
shocked
will
if he
get
didn't,
top
but-
8. Yeah, I would as well. I would be as well. Maybe not
But
like
yeah,
with top seeds, like top 4 seed, but definitely like top 5 to 7, or a 5 to 8 in that regard.
yeah, that would sound like a good prediction to me. But it's looking dominant here for Auris. This 0.5 ahead as we're back on the full speed map, obviously, which it might be a good map for Davino and Auris, this one, because this is the one where we saw the biggest gap between the 4 of them, in all fairness.
Yeah, in the rounds, but not in points, actually. Like, that's something to consider, because the points were quite close on this map. We had 3 different winners.
Yeah.
I think Kaluki or Dwinjo. No, I think Kaluki was the only player who did not win a round here, but it is Auris taking home the win. And also take a look onto the author time and the winning time. There's almost more than a 1 second gap between them. That's crazy.
And that puts us into a double finalist situation, which we do enjoy to witness, but it's not the best situation if you're Carlucci or you're Criddy. But I mean, they've been in this danger zone now for a while where they needed to find some extra points, and it's just not been happening for them. But Carlucci in first could maybe deny here.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, Kaluki at 78 points, sadly. So he needs at least 3 more rounds to activate finalist mode, and then another round to make it through, right? So he has the pace, but there's only 1 more round on this map, so keep that in mind. So we're definitely going to go into the next map if Kaluki manages to get the risky ending here across. He's 0.7 ahead. He has to go for it. He's 0.9 ahead, and he makes it. And that is
That's a good
time as well. Good job.
Yeah, I
Now
mean,
it's getting closer.
If maybe you can't do it, maybe you can't. It might be a little bit too much of an ask for them to deny here. But if you can just push a couple of rounds, at least it's a statement for moving into day 2, because you just assume they'll be there anyway at this point. It's you can at least make a statement and show what potential you've got if you can just deny and put that little bit of pressure on now, and then just get your mental reset in after this match. You're moving on throughout the day and into tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be a done deal for you if you just close out that finals mode and just watch from behind to see what the other players are doing whilst you're already through. That must be a very cool feeling to see other players still, not struggling, but fighting for their life into day number 2. Because none of those players is guaranteed locked into day number 2. But one player certainly is, if he makes the ending. It is Auris, who survives the ending as well. Criddy fails it, and Auris takes seed 1. Not a surprise to anyone here, but he makes it 56.6 as well. And we still have Dwinjo finalist, but we now go to map number 2 again.
Yeah, I mean, I predicted Davino and Auris to go through, and obviously Davino is finalist, but Carlucci only needs to win 1 more round. They were also finalist, and I think 2 round wins for Criddy.
Yeah,
or a
2 rounds,
second
1 round
with.
for Kaluki.
So there's the potential of a triple finalist, and I will always hold on to that. But dream.
It could happen. I mean, the dream scenario would be if Critty wins, Kaluki gets second or like third.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And then Critty, then Critty has to, he just has to finish. There's multiple options of how we make it. Of course, Kaluki could also then just reach or win, reach finalist as well. Then it's double finalist. Critty finishes wherever. Then he wins, and then it's triple finalist as well. There's multiple options of how you want to do it. What both need to avoid is Dwinjo getting that first position. That is for sure. And let's see if it happens on this first round. On the second rotation of Fichtenhain, Dwinjo gets a great start though.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, as we're here hypothesizing, let's also just remember that Davino looks insanely fast tonight. You know, I've just beaten them is an ask at the best of times. Yeah, it's pretty close here between the three of them.
Yeah, it definitely is, but Dwinjo still lives from his great start, where he was 0.1 ahead, at least. Critty going over the penalty service. Look at that line, but he was in early. This could be it. This could be it, Beamsy.
It could. Am I back in form with my predictions? That's the real question. Let's see.
Yes.
Yes, I am. But no, well played to Davino. What a match to watch.
A great performance, but also from Kaluki and Critty, who both fought their way back into the match. It was very close at the end, just 1 or 2 more good rounds, and both of them would have also been in finalist. So that's just the small things that decided at the end. So ours takes seed 1, Dwinjo takes seed 2. Those are our first 2 players locked into day number 2. And let's take a look onto the other servers, if there's any match still ongoing. Let's go here. Server 2.
Aiva has just won a Marcelli's finalist. But Lucky Era only a few points away.
Yeah, so that's the last match that is still ongoing right now. As our match also took quite some time. Almost went into full range. Let's say like that. Oh, Lucky Era. Almost failing that part. Oh, and Marcelli clipping there. Some Lucky Arrow finding himself in the lead. And it's 0.2 ahead of XV, but he also clipped. Oh, what is going on here? It's all decided in the ending, I think.
Yeah, I think so. It could finish it. It looks like this could have been quite a good little watch, this match as well here. Obviously, Lucky Arrow, Marcelli, Aiva all must have been very close coming into this.
Not sure when he ever closed it out, actually. That might be a good, valuable piece of information as well.
As I joined, they won.
Ah, okay, so I see the time as well from just account ID time. So yeah, it's from Eva. So yeah, or maybe from the round from before. But maybe the resets from map swap to map swap. I don't know. Yeah, but here we are. We go to. Maybe the last map. Großer Kurfürst from Pecunia as well.
Good. I mean, it'd be lovely to see Marcelli get themselves through. I think we have to be a little bit biased, surely. I think that's allowed. But obviously, Lucky Arrow not that far away. X, it's a bit of an ask at this point for them to do anything. But we'll see what happens here. If you're, I don't know if we've lost Turbo to the void. I know you're here.
Yeah, it's just, I just had to had to cough again. It's not getting better actually, which really sucks. But anyway,
yeah, it's not fun.
It's not fun indeed. But I partially picked up on what you said. It's a steep hill for XXV to climb. With 76 points, you would have loved to be at 80 points at this point, or like preferably finalist, of course. But he needs to rely on Lucky Arrow to win this round, and then he needs to win 2 rounds in a row, let's say like this. But actually, you were saying it, it's a very close match here indeed, as Yeva was just closing it out. couple of rounds beforehand. So quite
Yeah,
exciting to see that one here as well.
yeah, it's cool. You know, Marcelli, good speed here.
Oh,
Actually, could possibly get an overtake. Yep, and
it
into the
is.
finish for a GG. So
Lucky error
that,
failing it there.
that's
Sadly,
unfortunate for Lucky Area,
oversteering
but
was an unlucky error,
yeah,
but still a great performance. Brought up a fight against Marcelli, who looked very much prepared on those maps. But it's Marcelli on second, and he goes through into the 2-1 bracket. XXV and Lucky are onto the 1-2 bracket. So if they lose another match, they will be eliminated. But still a nice match here to follow along for the ending. And yeah, here we are. Just one ending sector decides about your fate. If you oversteer too much, well, you have no speed to work with.
yeah. I mean, it's just a tricky ending. That's all. That's what that is. It's such a decisive moment in that map. Um, yeah. So we've already done 3 rounds today, Turbo.
Yeah, and 2 more to
It's
come. So
it's, it's going fast. It's going fast. And it's a great day. Um, but I think we should take a little break here while we wait for the round 4 confirmation, and when we come back for that one, I'll put the words that are going to leave my brain. I'll put the bracket up on the stream when we come back after our little break. So we'll be back in a few minutes or so, I guess. Right, well, we're back, and I thought I'd just come back a little minute earlier than we needed to, just so I could stick the uh, bracket on for a second. Just have a little look how the day's playing through. So, I think it's
Okay, sorry,
always looking interesting.
I just figured out the point repetition for the next match because we have a 6-player match coming up now. So the point repetition is staying 10, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1 points. So we're in for a long one, a marathon. It will be a marathon match because everybody is just snatching away points from each other. And we're only adding 3 additional points to the mix. So the average of points goes down dramatically. But we have 2 more players in this match. But as you can see in the bracket that you have shown us on stream, Beamsy, it is Oris and Dwinjo who have qualified to day number 2 already. And Kaluki and Critty drop down into the 2-1 match where they play against Yeva, Machelli, Sudo, and Fane, who have won their 1-1 match. And then it is Lucky Arrow, XVV, Zyron, XXV, Zyron, Lycoris, Bits, and Horse meets in the 1-2 match, which is also a 6-player match.
And just confirmation that point system isn't that. It's 10, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I think
So that's cool to see. But yeah, I mean, it's been a good day so far. I mean, a lot of what we'd expect, but it's nice to have a little look at the bracket for a second. Look what's going on in the world. So, I'll probably jump us on over to the
yeah, players do warm up.
jump us over to the game.
So the point repetition will be 10, 7, 5, which make things a bit easier. But I mean, already in normal cup mode, you have 23 points up for grabs. So that is an average of 5.75 points per round for a player. And if we then have, let's say, we have 26 points, divide that by 6, that is 4.3 points per round. So that brings the average down quite a bit. And if we then add 2 more points, we then have an average of, 4.6 points. So it's a bit better, especially the top players getting a bit more points. But it can be quite draining, especially if we play 2 of those matches in a row with 30 plus rounds, which could definitely happen. So the match takes like 40, 45 minutes. It can be very draining as a player to play this kind of match. I just speak from experience when I played the Raider Cup, and it was match after match after match. Some matches were quite short, but if you play continuously, it can really stack up and you can lose focus quite easily.
Oh yeah, no, it's horrible when something just keeps on running. I was playing in a fun duo event at one point, and not duo, team event even, and one of our people didn't turn up for qualification. We got the bottom division, where they just had this really weird point system for it because no one had thought it through. All the other divisions took about 40 minutes, and ours took 3 hours straight of constant driving. It was horrific, and it was not fun.
Yeah. I mean, I love to watch a lot of rounds on those maps because players have practiced those maps. It is cool to see also maybe to follow some comeback lines and all of that. But just speaking from a player POV, it can be quite draining to just play those kind of matches. But let's see how this one goes for now. Maybe we are completely wrong. And also there's 3 winners instead of 2, which also makes it different. But let's just see how this goes. As we have the pick and ban phase where 1 random map is banned, I'm not sure how he does it. If he just presses a random button, I would do it with random map, with a random number generator, and then just ban the map that is being randomly, or the number that is randomly selected. But here we are. Good luck. Top 3 goes through into day number 2. So seed 3, 4, and 5 are being distributed in this match. Good luck to the players.
Yeah, definitely. This should be a good watch, I think. Here, to be honest, like you say, it could be a bit long. Maybe that'll impact how, when people realise that this might be a little bit longer, it might impact how people play a little bit, just to reserve some energy. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens here as we move on to the first map. It's a Pecunia map to start off all things Das Baltikum, the
So,
Baltic states. And good luck to the players. Small warm-up, and then we're gonna start. I think there will be 3 live rounds again. And let's see who wins the first round. Of course, a bit chaotic with now 6 players on the server. But I think it will be even more exciting to see, because 6 players means more cars, more possibilities of close fights, I guess.
so I'm gonna give you my prediction for the top 3 here. I'm gonna go Aiva, Fane, and Carlucci. How you feeling?
Yeva, Fane, and Kaluki, you say, right?
Yeah.
You don't go with Kridi.
I don't know. I felt like Carlucci had a little bit more about them in the last match compared to Critty, but yeah. So that's why I'm going for Carlucci there. I mean, Sudo would also be a good shout, but yeah.
Yeah.
Aiva,
So,
Fane.
okay, I mean, Fane is a good prediction, and I think I have to agree with... I go Machelli, Kridi... Oh, I see your struggle now. Oh, it's so hard.
It is.
You also don't want to bet against Pseudo.
No.
Oh, who can I go with Machelli, Kridi, and Kaluki.
Okay,
And then
so,
Yeva clutches tomorrow.
okay, so very different predictions here. But yeah.
Yeah, I just went with my gut feeling, because I think Yeva does really well. That's for sure. But she can just be very unlucky when it comes to finalists. As we've already seen in match 1, so...
I know, but like, throughout the qualification and everything, I've been quite enjoying the Aiva storyline of some of the comebacks that she's had, and yeah, I don't know. I've got to back her.
Yeah, I agree, and I would hope that this would work out as well, because she is a very good player, as she finds herself in top 4 as well. Kridi getting a very good start into this round. Fane won the round beforehand, finds himself on 4th position. So here it's very important to get into the top 3 positions, top 2 preferably. They give you the most amount of points, 3, 2, and 1 points. Well, they of course stack up over the time, but getting 1 point, you just fall more and more behind in this kind of repartition. And also Kridi failing the ending. Well, he will get 1 point in this round, sadly. This was so much more for him. He was on 2nd place. So instead of 7 points, it's only 1. So very punishing if you fail something here. Just try to be as consistent as you can.
Yeah, definitely. It's not worth over risking. I mean, you know, if you win every round with this point repetition, then you will qualify very quickly. But at the same time, if you get in 2nd or 3rd, your points are just going to nicely build or get the odd 1st place. Yeah, GG, you're through. But so it's just a mental game of how people want to approach it. I think, do you push for that win every round, or just try and stack up points and keep on moving?
Yeah, I agree. Like, just stack up your points, like Nasus on top lane, right? You know, press your Q, use it on minions, get some stacks, and then at the end you're just a final boss, having so much points. So, small League of Legends reference here. Maybe some of you got it, maybe some of you didn't. It's fine. You know, maybe I get some someone. You got it or not?
I heard minions and guessed that's probably League of Legends, but you know.
Yeah, but you didn't understand the joke.
Yeah. No.
Totally.
That's something
Okay.
I've never had any interest in League of Legends, and that's probably good for my mental health.
Okay, yeah, that's for sure. I try to mansplain it, okay? So Nasus is a champ who's very tanky.
Yep.
But if he last hits a minion, he will, with his Q ability, he will gain stacks. And the stacks are permanent. And your Q deals damage scaling with your stacks.
So what's a stack?
So the more stacks you have...
So what's a stack? I'm very clueless about League.
let's say a stack of 3 damage.
Okay, your damage, yeah, cool.
So the more stacks you have, the more damage you deal. So at the end, you're just a tanky guy who deals a lot of damage with your Q. You just stand in your opponents and you just one-shot them. And the Q is literally just an empowered auto attack. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Let's not talk about League
Hey.
of Legends. I don't even play that game anymore.
I'm learning
Let's talk
stuff that's
about
never gonna benefit me in life, and that's always the good information.
yeah. Just don't play League. It's a very cool esport to watch. I tell you that much. But it is yeah, not the best environments where you can find yourself in when playing. So Kaluki, gaming here, as Zulus was
Absolutely.
also stating out in the chat. He's at 27 points. And he is certainly having a great start into this match. So very good to see that. Fane and Pseudo on second and third position. And then Quiddy, Marcelli, and Dieva all on 9 points. So they're already quite far behind.
Yeah,
And they need to do some work.
yeah, like you say, it's just a very dominant start by Carlucci, this, which could possibly be carrying on, with them currently being in first, Fane second. But yeah, it's impressive. It's impressive with 6 people that they're winning as many rounds as they are.
Yeah, very much impressive from Kaluki because he could do it again, but Fane is behind him to deal some damage. Oh, but he
Ooh.
overheats, and that's the risk that you take. Fane from 7 points to only 2, so loses 5 points in exchange. And I think if I was Fane, I would have not pushed for first. Of course, seeding does matter, but you just want to take the safe points. Quiddy in this round only gets 1 point as well.
That's a very fast
30
time there by Carlucci as well. Is that must be quite close to the world record from memory?
I think the world record was a 0.6 if I recall
Was
it
it?
correctly. No, 0.5 actually.
Oh, okay.
0.498. But still a fast
think-
time.
but still,
0.3
it's
away
very
from it.
fast. Yeah. See, I obviously don't have any of my plugins on to see times or anything, so I have to try
I'm
and
on
use my
Trackmania
memory.
IO. I just scroll through the campaigns, so I can I can send you that in the group chats.
No, I'll probably tomorrow. If you're running the stream, not me, I'll have Trackmania IO open. But
Sure.
you know, I find it
I'm
harder
gonna
when
do it like that.
if I end up running the stream, then I won't be. But you know, I'll find out what happens tomorrow with that.
Dude, Kaluki is on fire. Like,
Really
what
is.
is going on with Kaluki? He's just absolutely gaming. He's locked in. And he also takes it just as a practice match, you know, being in the zone, trying his best, trying to be as consistent as possible. And that is a massive performance from him. 47 out of 50 points possible. And the sub 101 time is really fast on this map. Marcelli also getting some great points in this round. Fane on third. Pseudo, Quiddy, and Dieva also getting 6 points in total. All combined, but it's not really working out too well for them. 21 points. He has as many points as second and third combined.
I know. I don't think either of us would have predicted that Carlucci would just be like, yeah, okay, I'll just win every round. But
that's incredible.
It is.
What a great performance. Oh, but
It
that's
is.
not
We'll
a
see
good
if it can
start
carry
from
on, but
it looks like it.
yeah, potentially. Marcelli here with a good little try to push him, and Fane as well.
Oh, but now he clips.
Clips.
So Kaluki will get his worst placement in this round, drops all the way down to last position actually. So very close round, only 1 second between first and last. And this is a very, very good match to follow because you have so many cars, so much action happening, so many different little storylines that will be told from every individual player, you know. And it will not be Kaluki winning the round, but maybe he can get himself a great position because we have seen many, many mistakes. Marcelli with a respawn as well. Fane wins. Pseudo on second and Kaluki on third, even though he has been last position halfway into the map.
Yeah, it's marginally concerning for Carlucci. The fact they managed to recover up to third there is quite insane, really. And a lot of luck involved with other people making mistakes. But yeah, I don't know. It's just how dominant Carlucci's been so far. It's kind of got me a bit stun-locked, really, with surprise. But love to see it.
Yeah, you love to see it indeed. And I mean, also Fane's performance here. 31 points. Not looking too bad as we go to the full sweep map. Quiddy, 14 points only though out of the first 6 rounds. That is not too much. I mean, he was in the match alongside with Dwinjo, Oris, and also Kaluki. And he did really well there, so I wonder what happened now, because that is not a good performance in those first 6 rounds from Critty, the man himself, also our fellow casting colleague. He has been not having the best of times. Maybe in this round. Hopefully the tables will turn.
There's still a lot of time and a lot to play for here with 6 people. You know, you only need to have the momentum shift a little bit and things can easily switch around a lot here. Suda looking very, very dominant here at the start of this round.
Suda, a player that we haven't really been talking too much of today.
Yeah. I think it's the first time I've watched them.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, actually, it is true. Like, Suda was in match 3, then he was in match 4, and then in match 3 again. And yeah, now he's in the first match.
Marcelli, though, with all the speed.
After going 2-1.
Marcelli had so much speed then and then just didn't make it into the risky.
Having to respawn. It's unlucky. And also, Yeva doesn't finish.
That's really unfortunate for Aiva, because for Critty and for Aiva, it's starting to get a little bit away from Marcelli a bit. But you know, yeah, they need to just start getting up some more points in. But there's still plenty of time, still a lot to play for. Unless you're Carlucci and you're just dominating.
What I would be most worried about is the fact that Fane has 38 points already. Yeah. And then maybe you sit there with 18 points or 23 or 19 points. Of course, you should play round after round. And now Fane has made a mistake. So this opens the door for the others to catch up to the third-seeded player, of course. But even if you then only get like 5th place or 4th, well, you catch up 1 or 2 points. That is also nothing in this regard. So it's really all about consistency. And Carlucci shows us that. Of course, didn't have like 2 good rounds now. He got 3rd position, I think in the last round he only got 5th, something along those lines, but now he's back on track and winning this round ahead of Critty, who finally gets a good placement. I think he got 1 in the past already, but finally 7 points to his name.
It's crucial for Critty that you're just able to gain some points on everyone but Carlucci, who's probably the one that feels the most out of reach, because they are anyway. Like, just getting those few little points, you can start to maybe bring yourself back into the conversation a little bit with a few second places. Yep.
And just like that, he's on par with Marcelli.
Yeah.
And 14 points away from Fane. So a lot of good rounds are needed, of course. But it's definitely possible. As Carlucci is already closing in to the finals modes, also with that start. Like, wow, what an impressive start. Already 0.3 ahead of the others. Carlucci is really locked in this match.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I've said it before and I guess I'll keep saying it because I still feel a bit stunned. Like the level that Carlucci's deciding to play at this match is just insanely dominant when there's 6 people there. Like, it's very difficult to just win round after round, especially with 6 people that are also pushing. I mean, it's incredible to watch.
Yeah, and Critty again, back-to-back 2nd place. Pseudo fails the risky and having to respawn, losing 1 position to Marcelli, having to respawn again. Luckily for him, Fane and Dieva are too far behind. Pseudo opting for the safe ending, makes it across. Fane gets into 5th place and Dieva barely finishes with 0.6 to spare with. But Critty waking up, 33 points. And I really like this one, like having comebacks and also the fact that Carlucci will be finalist very soon. Also then having to close it out against 5 other players who are also very fast, maybe on a map that he's not that comfortable with. You know, you can continue that storyline, and I think having this kind of match is really changing the pace of the tournaments. Because it's a complete different format, even though it doesn't seem at first glance that it is.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a nice shake-up. You know, we've watched 3 matches today that have had the same format. So just to switch it up now for this match, and then the last match of the day, it's nice that just to have a little bit of variety.
Yeah. So it again shows that Marcelli does a lot of things right in the tournaments. Yep. I would even say all things right. You know, and that this is just an awesome tournament to follow.
It is.
I can only say thank you, Marcelli, for going the extra mile, organizing great mappers or great maps that have been produced also from all the mappers and all of that, and just a very nice competitive atmosphere for the Baltics. It's awesome. It's so good.
Yeah, it's really great. It's just love to see people getting on and organising awesome little events in Trackmania. It's what makes Trackmania so special, the community, and having people like Marcelli that just get on and just organise something wicked.
Yeah. So you love to see that. And also what you love to see if you're Critty, and I'm definitely a Critty fan, is him getting those points here. 24 points in the last 3 rounds. That is what I would call a comeback. Very, very good. Up to 43 points. And for Fane, it is not looking good. Look who's coming so close to him. 2 points between them. Critty with a great comeback arc here. As you can
the other
see.
little interesting thing is that Carliki came last there on first round this map. So maybe we found a map where Carliki will struggle a little bit.
Maybe there's another one just dialed in. Who knows? Maybe there's one coming up after that as well.
Yeah, but no, it has been a truly fantastic event so far, and this is what it's all about.
Yeah, and now Critty and Fane are fighting it out for the top 3 position. Critty getting a very low jump. Fane jumping too high, so Critty will survive.
But Marcelli in
Estonia.
first.
Yeah, Marcelli in first, and Estonia in first, second, and third position. Oh, Critty. Oh, failing this one, having to respawn, so Fane will catch up. And this was
Marcelli fails the ending.
That was a speech bubble moment. He will drop into the safe ending though, but loses 1 or even 2 positions like that. Could have been much more for him, and this could also be getting to his head, because plus 5 points would move him up to 46 points, and so close to the others, even overtaking Critty, who has had a great comeback. And also Kaluki now at 82 points, so 2 rounds to win, and then he's finalist.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he slowed down a little bit in winning round after round, but like those points just keep on stacking. It's dominant. You know, fair enough. Second's only 20 points ish, just under behind 40. But you go down to third and fourth, and Carluki's got almost double their points. It's just, yeah, it's been dominant. And Fane fails that transition again.
Yeah, he does fail the transition indeed, and he's quite far behind. As we see Sudo and Marcelli, first and second. So Estonia looking great on this map. And Marcelli will win the round. Oh, so close though, 14 thousandths of a second, up to 51 points. But I think we have a great match here in our hands, which is very close. Kaluki losing some ground. Wasn't really a dominant map from him. Let's say it like that, but still getting some points here and there. But he was so far out of the others. He had as many points as second and third combined at some point. And well, the gap has now shrunk a bit. Let's say it like that. And now the ice
4
map.
points between Marcelli in third and Critty in fifth. That's very close. When we're about halfway through on points for them.
It's so close between them, that's for sure. 4 points between third, fourth, and fifth, and only top 3 make it into day number 2. Of course, they still have another shot, but then they have to play another marathon match like this, which takes significantly longer. Only if your name is maybe not Kaluki and you just try, or you just dominate the first half of the match. However, let's go into the round. Also, Yeva, 26 points. Wasn't that one of your predictions?
What was one of my predictions? I don't want to talk about it. Okay, yeah, no. I was just say I went for it either. I mean, it's been a disappointing match for her so far, but yeah, it's probably a bit out of reach at this point. But they've been fantastic to play or to watch during this. But so a little bit disappointed.
But she gave up at some points because she doesn't really. I mean, 2 points, but what are 2 points? Pseudo also having to readjust. Kaluki overtaking Critty with a fantastic time here, finding himself on first place.
I think for Eva, at this point, it's going to be very demoralising that they were just coming in the bottom two most rounds, and I think you just mentally give up a little bit after a bit, don't you, and just accept it. But yeah, I think they'll be very disappointed with how this has gone.
Yeah, but definitely another shot in the next.
Yeah,
in the next match, that's for sure.
I'd be very surprised if we don't see them tomorrow. But yeah, obviously this match is not the one to do it for them.
I would even be sad.
I'd be very sad because I've been loving the Ieva storyline that I've been watching unfold. So if we don't get the conclusion to it, I'll be gutted. I'll be very disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, it's never too late for a comeback arc, that's for sure. Because hear me out, you know, Kaluki will be finalist, not now, but in the next round, and he can be denied. So the others catch up, and maybe then also Pseudo will be finalist at some point. But there's a huge gap, and even if a player's out of finals, you at least get 2 points per round. Even if you DNF, it doesn't seem like a lot, but then maybe 2 players crash. Well, then it's all of a sudden it's 5 points that you just get freely to your account, and those matches can really turn around very quickly.
So, is the real suggestion that I either starts PayPaling?
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah, there's one.
Yep.
Look, another one coming up. Probably in this drift here, 2 inside. Okay, no one does it. Sad. Okay, but Eva with a great line here.
Oh, there's the paintballs.
Yeah, but the PayPal towards Eva themselves, so that's unfortunate.
You know, that doesn't make a difference. It was still a PayPal.
Estonian in top 3 here. Pseudo, Marcelli, and Critty winning the rounds. And Kaluki has to finish. Does finish, is in finalists. But yeah, what I wanted to say, there's 2 scenarios in those match. Even scenario A, 1 or 2 players dominate this match. In this case, it's Kaluki. Then you just have, like, you have a lot of way of catching up by either Kaluki not closing out the finalist modes, or you're just collecting free points because everybody still needs to collect points or is getting denied. So there's plenty of options. With this point repetition, of course, it's a bit harsh because it's 1 point for the last position, but with others, it's a bit easier. And of course, it gets more extreme when we play for 4 or 5 winners. You know, in Bonk Cup, at the end, everybody is finalists. Maybe you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I was very sad with Bonk Cup. I used to enjoy playing Bonk Cup, and then everyone started uploading videos of it, and now it's just like there's just hundreds of people there, so I haven't played it in a very long time.
Yeah, it's a great event. I mean, it's cool to see the success, but maybe it's too much to play for because it's also hard maybe as a non-streamer to join into the server.
Yeah, no, exactly. I can't get into into server 1, and then it's just a bit. But I used to play it when there was about 30 people there, and it was quite fun then. About a year and a half, 2 years ago, whatever.
It's still quite fun. I think it's the better version of Shitfest. Maybe you remember that from.
I started after Shitfest,
but
the Shitfest maps that I've played are incredible.
Yeah, but I think Shitfest also had some very good additions, but Bonk Cup has more rounds per map because on Shitfest it was 1 warm-up, 1 live round, and it felt like you wait for so much for a map to switch, and just 1 warm-up, 1 live round, it felt very inflated in that way because you wait the most of the amount of time, if this makes any sense.
Yeah, no.
And also Kaluki winning, by the way. We completely talked over it.
Yep, that was not great from us, but Pseudo's also finalist, and big GG to Carly. I mean, what a dominant performance by Carliki there. That was very impressive, but just impressive what a good job they've done at just getting themselves through and just easily.
Yeah, what a great performance. I agree with that. And Kaluki takes seat number 3 with that. So he will be playing against Dwinjo in match number 1 tomorrow, if I recall that correctly, because Seed 3, yeah, will be placed in semi number 2. Seed 4 will play against Oris, who has been winning the match from beforehand, and right now looks to be Pseudo. However, the finalist is nowhere to be seen. Fane finding himself in the lead, can win a round here eventually, and does it. 75 points, and Pseudo denying some points to Critty. Could have had 7 points, but only gets 5 in this round. So Machelli up to... No, Critty up to 71, Machelli up to 75 points. And the gap is there, but also Fane catching up. Look at this, 4 points between 3rd and 5th.
There's still a lot for the 4 of them really to play for here. Yeah, BTL, I mean, you'd imagine Pseudo has enough opportunities here to get a round win before the others catch up, but because there's a lot that could happen.
Yep.
Oh, a little crash out there
this
from...
one, Critty.
I think
Push.
the great thing about this is that there is a chance that we could at least get a quadruple finalist.
Yeah, definitely. With everybody is able to deny each other, it could definitely happen. And also, Yeva had a really good start into the round. Now it's Yeva versus Pseudo coming into that one. Yeva having the upper hand, but now this part comes into play. Pseudo with a great jump. Also, Yeva has it great, but Pseudo with more speed. Will this be important for the ending? The answer might be a yes. Yeva very wide, but it will be enough. And I think that was the first win from Yeva in this match.
I think so, and what a crucial one to do to just deny Pseudo the round. Sorry, my... Yeah, what a crucial one to... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, if you can just make your statement, show you've still got some fight in you, and then just go next... Even if you just go in next match, you just need to make that point now and remind people that you are good. You can do it. You can beat them. Fear me.
Surely. But I agree with that. That is very good to see that Yeva maybe also has realized now that there's still something possible. If she wins more and more rounds, of course it will be very hard now, but not impossible to catch this one up.
Yeah, it's not impossible, it's just very difficult.
Yeah, and for the next match, she can then work on that one. On the goods from this one, and this was definitely the previous round, which looked very nice. Alright, small warm-up. Pseudo still finalist, Critty, Machelli, and Fane also very close to it, but still at 80 points, somewhat lingering a bit further away, so it is getting exciting here, especially on Fichtenhain. Let's see if Pseudo can close it out. Doesn't get a good start.
Yeah, I've been enjoying watching Fichtenhain today. I think this one's quite an interesting one to see how tight it potentially can be on this map. But yeah, looking like a good start for Eva again here, right in that front pack. I didn't lose track of them then, so I think they might have fallen back. But yeah, it's looking cool, looking good.
Yeah, looking really good for Fane on this map here, as well as Critty, who did not really score too many points in the first rotation, who was very far behind. But look at that, Critty, very good line in that sector. Is he able to get it through? The answer is yes, but Fane with slightly more speed, but not a good line in this sector. It will all come down to the ending. Fane pushing so much and overtakes Critty, and also 1 minute 0.2 away from the world record. Great time and good rounds. Insane ending from Fane.
That was an absolutely insane ending. And I think the good thing to note there that's a little bit concerning is Pseudo down. Pseudo was came last then, and obviously they're in finalist. Fane 1 round win away from finalist.
Yeah, very important for Fane to pick up that round, or that dominant time and round win up to 90 points. Gives him some room to breathe. Now 9 points ahead of Machelli. And then 10 points ahead of Critty, who sadly made a mistake at the start. And Fane again leading the rounds. And also, now the pressure's getting applied to Pseudo, of course. Because it's also for the seed. It's also who you play. Do you want to play against Oris? Or do you want to go into semi... I mean, 4th and 5th seed play against Oris. Okay, so it's seed 4 and 5 going in there. Never mind. I didn't say anything then.
Okay, so what I'd say then is you can also look at it another way that like if you don't get this win done soon, unless Fane fails the ending now, they're also going to be finalists. So now you're in a double finalist, and Marcelli and Criddy are also getting very, very, very close. Marcelli will only be 12 points away after this round. I mean, Criddy will be 17, but like you're starting to think about, oh, am I actually going to get this job done?
Yeah, because the others are moving closer and closer, and Sudo has been finalist, I think, for like, this is the 4th or 5th round now coming into
Been
play.
a while.
And at some point, Sudo has to close it out.
Yeah.
The pressure is getting to you, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not going to help your mentals the longer it goes on. But Fane crashes out actually. Pseudo's right up here at the front of the pack now with Criddy. Pretty much neck and neck. Also, very similar.
It's good for Sudo that Fane crashed out, but now Sudo crashes as well. Oh, and I think we could really have a quadruple final situation.
It could happen.
It all depends on the next map. Is the next map the full sweep map actually? No, wait, we have it.
No, we've had that
already.
One.
Would
it be the ice? Would it be ice map next? Maybe.
Should be, yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta find out eventually after this round here.
But Criddy first, Aiva second there. Aiva's points are starting to go up a little bit now. They're starting to stick them, but it's probably a little bit too late.
Who knows? Who knows? I mean, there's at least one more, like, free round when someone closes it out, right? Mm-hmm. And as long as let's say Criddy wins the round, Marcelli gets third, and then Marcelli also wins the round. You know, it's 3 rounds where Eva can collect points and the others are finalists. So it's a potential of 20 plus points for her, but maybe it's too late because 62 points and the others are 90 plus points, so already finalists. It will be very hard. Let's say this.
It's a real mountain that you'd need to climb, but Zulu's, it's just been a bit of a rough match for Aiva. It's just they've played well, but they've just been in the bottom 2 positions far too much throughout the match. Yes, but ahead, they'll be going next for some pride. They've been getting a few good positions the last few rounds, and I'm sure that their mentals won't be too bad for it.
GG go next, let's say like that, as Marcelli and Criddy are swarming into first and second. Exactly what we want here. A quadruple final situation could happen.
Oh, but Pseudo,
and a dream.
Pseudo is in the conversation here, though, which is
at a very good sector.
Come on, Pseudo. You don't need to win this one. Give us our quadruple finalist, please.
Yeah, Marcelli with good speed. Yeah. Mapper advantage.
Yeah, probably true. Oh, and Criddy's coming through. Can it happen? Will it happen?
Criddy is not overtaking Pseudo here. 1/100th of a second it was. Marcelli also in finalists though. So now it's getting interesting.
Yeah, it really is.
3 finalists, Criddy only 2 points away. 1 finish, so we have back-to-back triple final situations at worst.
Yeah. That would be the worst. Come on, Criddy. I mean, you've just crashed out and you're in last place, but come on, Criddy. I guess if Aiva could... Oh, Aiva's also second. Yeah, I don't think it's happening, but Pseudo incredibly dominant here to start with if they can keep this speed going throughout the map.
I mean, Pseudo has to close it out now. That's for sure. And now he has the pressure that we already talked about beforehand. He was so far ahead of the others, like 20, 30 points minimum. And he did not close it out. But now he has it in his hands. He's 0.2 ahead of Fane. Doesn't go for a speed slide there. Does Fane go for a speed set? No, but Marcelli is coming out of nowhere, has a lot of speed to work with. Will it be enough for the ending? Pseudo in the lead. Marcelli clipping, and
Oh,
Pseudo makes it. I think Marcelli would have overtaken, but it wasn't
ah,
enough. Pseudo finally qualifying top 2, also going
I'm
3-1, taking seat number 4.
massive GG to Pseudo. But can we just appreciate they got finalist? I think the round after Carlucci won. It's been a very long time that they were in finalist.
It was so long ago, really. It was incredible.
But I have a feeling this could be over here because, Marcelli is possibly the best at full speed here. They probably should have won that round, really, to be honest, like you say. But now, without the raw pace that Pseudo had at the beginning of the map, they've got to be up there. And I mean, also, it's worth pointing out Fane has a lot of speed, but nope. But, I think
The
Fane would then
icy
become
wheel. Yeah, I
But
mean,
we
it's
could
Fane
see,
versus Yeva here. But
yeah,
Marcelli with the icy wheel incident, sadly.
yeah, yeah. It's disappointing for Marcelli because this is a good map opportunity for them to get themselves qualified. But it looks like it could possibly be Aiva getting a rare round win here.
Yeah,
Second
second
time
round
we'll
win
have
for
seen that.
Yeva could happen. Just the ending for Yeva, but she's too far away of making something happen. Oh, Fane had a better bounce in the end, but Yeva closes it out, and Critty as well as Marcelli are like, thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, Critty didn't finish the previous round, did he? Because he would have been in finalist.
Yeah, he mustn't have done actually. Good point.
So now we have a triple final situation. One more round on Fendar's map. Here we go. Good luck to the players.
I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I think now in this, I think it might be Fane that'll get the job done on this map. Um, but yeah, this has been a really good match to watch.
Yeah, I agree. It
Really.
was a lot of fun seeing this one. Even though it took a bit longer than the average match, but this one has been delivering. Sadly, Eva wasn't able to catch up. I mean, theoretically, she could still make it into finals
Yeah.
with 3 wins in a row, but should
It's a bit
not
of an
fail
ask.
any round. Yeah, it's too much to ask for.
Yeah.
But it could happen.
It could. If they do it, I will officially launch the Aiva fan club. Will you join it, Turbo?
Yeah, I'll definitely join it.
Yeah, awesome.
That's for sure. But only if she then also gets 3rd position.
Yeah,
Incredible.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm a big fan of Vieva when it comes to just playing Trackmania. Like, very impressive seeing her improvements, which is very nice. But look at this. I mean, we forgot about Critty. He was absolutely fast on this map, and Critty will close it out.
Yeah, it's Critty.
Complete. Critty is the lucky one, who was just reaching finalist mode on the last round.
But,
He's through.
What a match to watch that was. That was a really good one. I don't know. I think the key takeaway is how fast Carlucci was, though. More than anything else, the main takeaway was just wow, Carlucci was fast and consistent. But wasn't it at one point he was on 47 out of a possible 50 points? You said something like that. It's like what?
That's incredible, yeah. Like, just win 5 rounds. So what a great match that was. We have one more of those. Round number 5, which will probably start at the top of the hour, so in 10 minutes.
Yeah, probably something.
I guess we're gonna take a small break before this one is going to start.
Yeah, I'll stick a timer on for us. We can go and take a break, and then come back for one more match. So we'll be back. And yeah, have a nice little break. We're back. Hello. Turbo, we're still here.
I expected a 2 actually, but
Yeah, no,
that
you
makes.
know, I said 3, and as I said 2, I already clicked it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, my brain, I'm acting ahead of my words. But we're
Yeah,
back.
all good, all good.
So
And we have one more
welcome to
match.
this. Yeah, welcome to the surprise cover. So just that confirmation that the other match that was going on when we were watching that one, that Bitsy won that one. And look, Zyron came
Siren got
second,
second,
and Lucky Aaron
and
got
Lucky
third.
Arrow on third.
Yeah.
So XXV, who qualified yesterday from the last chance qualifier, did not make it sadly, as well as Horsemeat and Lycoris. Still GG's to them. They finish in I think that's 12th to 14th position in this event. So good to see that nonetheless. So great performance from them, especially XXV, who has been showing up very late to this event. Who got fourth in his match. But now we have both matches that we have seen, the winners and the losers from the respective matches combined in one big match. The last match of the day, the last round of the Swiss stage. It's Fane, Marcelli, Yeva from match 1 versus Bit, Siren, and Lucky Era from match 2. Top 3 will go into day number 2, and the other 3 players are eliminated. This is exciting.
It is. And I think we got quite lucky that, somehow all day we haven't commentated on the horse meat once, which is good because we didn't have to say horse meat.
True.
So that's also about. I'm going to make my prediction. I'm going to back it. I'm going to back Aeva again. Then I'm going to go for Zyron, and I'm going to go Fane.
And
did I only say Aeva, Fane, and Bitsy? Sorry. No, that's not what I'm going to say. Aeva, Fane, and Zyron. So.
I have a Fane Zyron, so you bet against Marcelli.
Yeah, I'm
If he
sorry,
hears
Marcelli.
that,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I
Marcelli
might get
was so
fired.
close. Yeah, you're gonna get fired.
Yeah.
I mean, Marcelli was so close. Critty just snuck his way to day 2 in this last round on a good map from him. So I go with Zyron, Fane, and Marcelli. But I want also Yeva to go through, but there's not 4 players who can go through. I mean, Bits, yeah, he was struggling quite a bit. Let's say like that. He lost against Lucky Era already, and also against Lycoris, who we have seen in match number 1 already, who was being on P4 there. So Bits not really with a good first day. As much as I would love Bits to go through, I think he will not do so. But let's go into the match.
Yeah, I think Bitsy's just struggled a little bit too much throughout this event. Whether that's a lack of practice or what. Yeah, I mean, great player, but it's just not the event for them.
Yeah, I agree. It's too bad to see that Bits is not performing up to our expectations. I mean, he's a former TMGL player. Think about that. He played the TMGL beta season in 2019, I think it was, where he represented the Baltics, of course. He also didn't do that bad. I think he had even 1 map win, if I recall that correctly. And other than that, he had some wonky steps, or 1 top 3, that's for sure. But he was more of an outcast, play against Scrappy, Massa, those players from back in the days. Carl Jr., of course, as well. Dunster was also in there, a player from Denmark, who I've met at the World Cup this year, who was actually there with his wife in Paris, and then decided to head to the World Cup, which is very cool. But yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But yeah, Bit's a very, very experienced player, but not the best faster, to say it like this. Maybe he can deal some damage here because he wins the first rounds, courtesy to Fane's early mistake on the ending part. But he was still able to get into the finish. Yeva on 3rd, Lucky Era 4th, Marcelli on 5th, and then Zyron. It's not really been his day.
No, it's not after for Zyron, but I'm still thinking they'll get themselves through to here. I think they've got enough about them that they can lock in and just get the job done. I like to say my other prediction of Aida. I think Aiva's going to have a point to prove after how the last match went. So even if they don't quite do it, I think there'll be a very competitive battle by them.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Like, also just finding competitive environment is always very important. But also here, Zyron now getting a good start. I hope those 1 points, or this 1 point from the start, is not affecting him too much in this round, because he is on a great time here. Marcelli also looked very strong on this map, but right now is 0.3 to 0.4 behind, but has more speed than Zyron here in this part. Look at this. Look how much speed Marcelli has here. He's just overtaking him.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Every time we've seen Marcelli on this map at this point, just finds some extra speed that other people just don't quite get. Yeah, I mean, it's just they've got that bit locked down mentally with how to handle it.
It's so nice. It's so good to see, really.
Really is. But yeah, we haven't had a chance to really talk about Lucky Era today at all. But obviously, good playing. The fact that they've made it this far is great. I think this might be the end of the road for Lucky Era personally.
Yeah, I mean, we have only seen him like in a couple of matches that have concluded. He was fighting his way into this match, but well, cannot really find anything here. 8 points as well, and also Yeva, 6 points in this match here. Just imagine how good she started off things. Like, I was like, she will have no problem to qualify to day number 2, but now she's here with 6 points only after the first rounds. Of course, it's the full speed map, right? Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
This map, I don't think that, I don't think it determines much, because most of these people aren't full speed people anyway. It's more just sort of if you're good at full speed, this is some extra points. Nice, good job. But yeah, no, I wouldn't read too much into how this one goes. But are you even battling for second here with Zyron?
Wow.
Gets,
Wait, someone, I think Bits failed the end, actually.
Bitsy failed the end, and yeah.
Too bad for Bits. But, well, it's still Lithuania top 4. And it's still very close, though. Everybody's getting like a piece of the cake, let's say like that. Because no one has surpassed 20 points in the first 3 rounds. Zyron at 18 points, actually finding himself in the lead after getting last place. He got second and first. Then Bits on second place with 15 points, tied with Fane, who I think got 3 third positions in a row. Marcelli on fourth with 14 points. Then Yeva fifth, not too far behind with 13 points. And then Lucky Era with 9 points in last. So still a close match, and I think this will go the distance, and we could see many more rounds here on this one. And I'm excited. I'm down to see who's gonna make it to day 2.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And I think this is the real, like say, the full speed one. I think that's a bit of a write off for how it's gonna go. I think now we're starting to learn how this match is likely to shape up. But I'll tell you what. I do think was a little bit interesting in the last one is, as mentioned, Marcelli looks really good at that one, but then struggles a bit after. So, be interesting to see how, now we've already done the full speed map, what Marcelli's got up his locker, because that's the one where Marcelli had the best chance to get round wins, etc. From what we witnessed today.
Agree.
So yeah, I think it's cool.
And it feels like Zyron wants to replicate what Kaluki has done in the previous match, because he finds himself in the leads by quite a margin. He has no pressure here when it comes to pace from other players, but he should not have that in the other matches as well. He's just such a talented driver, and he's 2 seconds ahead of his opponents. Yeva getting second, Marcelli on third, Lucky Era Bits, and then Fane on 6th. So Fane dropping a bit behind here in points. As he's now down to 5th place. And let's see how the 5th round is gonna shape. Could be a very important one for Zyron already to get in his groove and get ahead of things to finally redeem himself in that way, and then at least qualifying to day 2. That should be the minimum goal for Zyron.
Yeah, I mean, Siren's a very, very talented player and very good. It's just not been going their way at all so far. But maybe this is the match where they can finally just get the job done, get themselves through, and then it doesn't really matter that they've struggled today because they've still made it in, and they can just have a nice little mental reset overnight, ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, the disappointments, I mean, it's a very, very hard words to swallow. But I expected more from Bits and Siren when it comes to performance. But I mean, you don't know how much they practice, and that also shows the insane level of the Baltics in that regards, that I somewhat feel disappointment to them, because they are, by any means, Siren and Bits, they're both fantastic players. Maybe Bits needs a bit more practice than Siren when it comes to learning maps. But, the others have been just giving us so many good matches and so many great times as well. And that shows how contested this event and the level really is. As top 8 is not locked in for Siren at all, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, no, I think it's I just think it's interesting how it's gone for them and Bitsy, like you say. But we'll see what happens now. Like we've mentioned, Siren obviously 29 points, equal top with Marcelli, which is possibly a little bit surprising. But quite early doors in the day.
Yeah, but Marcelli not getting a very good start into the rounds here, as you can see. So his lead will be overtaken. Nucky Arrow finding himself in the lead, but doesn't get a great line here. Goes very tight. Siren has much more speed into the ending. And Fane versus Eva. It will be Eva getting third position, winning 5 points. 55.985 is the winning time from Siren.
I'm guessing that Lucky Error did a different line to do this, because it sort of just appeared out of nowhere. Sadly we're going next map now, but it'd be interesting to know what they're doing in the end section compared to the others.
I think we're gonna see this map again, though. Just seeing how many rounds we have per map. I mean, it's map number 3 now, so I think we're gonna have at least 15, maybe even 20 more rounds on this kind of format, because I've already calculated it. The average per round in points is much lower than in a 4-way match, because you just add 2 and 1 point to it and you have 2 more players. So it brings the average down quite a bit, from 5.75 to 4.66 per player on average per rounds.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a difference, and I'd imagine that one being map 2 will rotate back around. And if it does, remind me, I want to have a look at what Lucky Arrow does at the end if I don't remember, because I would really like to see that.
Maybe it was also a blunder because he didn't have a lot of speed, but he went very tight in there. That's for sure, but that's what I also remember. But yeah, we gotta take a look. But for now, let's focus on this round, because Siren finally got into the groove of things. He's at 39 points, and he could move up to almost the halfway mark here if he wins this round. Marcelli fighting his way back as well. Fane has good speed and a very good entry into the grass sector. You want to enter from very wide to not steal, but Siren with a mistake. And also Marcelli having to readjust here a little bit. So Siren only getting 5 points in this round.
Oh
no, he will get 7.
He'll get 7. That's Fane. Unfortunate there for Fane. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah. You'd hate to see it, really. That's a hate watch.
Yeah. But they're always the best ones to watch, so.
You like hate watching?
Yes. In a way. It can be entertaining.
Okay.
Some of the best drama that you'll ever watch is when things go badly for people. So.
I mean, my favorite hate watch is when Real Madrid loses, for example, as well as Manchester City or Paris Saint-Germain losing. Because I cannot stand those teams, and I don't know why. They're just not my teams.
They're not teams that I like either. The good thing is, sadly, because of doing this, I've not been able to watch the football. But for all my Wrexham fans out there, which I'm sure there's so many watching, it's always good to see that we got a 2-2 draw. at home against Watford with a late equaliser by Ollie Rathbone in about the 92nd minute, which is lovely to see.
Oh, that must be so nice. Have you watched it on TV or were you in the stadium?
No, it's while we've been doing this, the football. I just had a look at the score between rounds. So as
Ah,
it finished
okay.
up, so
So
yeah,
they just
last second equal.
they just scored it. Ah,
Yeah,
I see.
yeah, so
That's cool. Very
yeah,
nice.
yeah. Talking about
Maybe they're
scoring,
gonna
it
score another
Ziren
goal.
keeps. No, it's over now. The game's done.
Okay.
Yeah, but talking about scoring, Ziren just keeps scoring points here, and yeah,
And that's not a 2-2 equalizer. That's like a 4-0
no,
right now.
yeah, about that. Maybe 4-1, maybe 4-1.
Yeah. Maybe okay, maybe
Marcelli's
3-1.
yeah, Marcelli's not too far out of the fight, but you know.
Yeah, I agree with that. So also Ziren here getting a great start. But yeah, I mean, the match is very similar to the one that we've seen from beforehand. I mean, Ziren maybe not that dominant. But I mean, in the latter half of the match, Kaluki was not dominant either. So you can maybe give it to that. Ziren just cruising at this point. You know, he can just chill.
Yeah.
He's 0.2 ahead. I mean, Fane maybe pushing a little bit, but he has a quite comfortable gap. Also, Fane now with a mistake. So Ziren winning another round up to 66 points, 57.162. Let me check the time. How fast is that on Goldener Kurfürst? The world record on this map is a 56.8. So Ziren doesn't go the extra mile, doesn't risk too much.
No, I mean, it looked a little bit autopilotly getting the job done. I mean, it's still a ridiculously fast time to be getting in rounds, especially. We've maybe seen less records broken in the end today than I expected, since we saw a few early on. But
yeah, the one on the map, on the previous map, wasn't beaten. The one on Fichtenhain got beaten. The one on Itameri got beaten. Baltikum also got beaten, I think. Sensul didn't get beaten. Didn't get beat. Yeah, Baltikum got beaten. And Celestia also got beaten. So 4 out of the 6 maps, online world records have been beaten.
yeah, I mean, so I don't know. There's a bit of me that was half expecting to see all day, just like, oh yeah, we'll get to this map. Oh yeah, there's someone's taken the world record again. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
But maybe that's what'll happen tomorrow, when people push a little bit harder, potentially, than they have done today.
Maybe tomorrow. I hope tomorrow. I think tomorrow we're gonna see some improvements happening, especially in close rounds. You know, players do push, players do live up to their dream run. You know, they can replicate it in this match. And I also wonder what actually the PBs look like, how much faster they are than the online world records.
Yeah,
because sometimes they are ridiculously strong records in the online world, and like in the online leaderboard, and sometimes there's just so many weak records that are just getting beaten within the first round. But you don't know. And also Fane here on this map looking very good, very great entry into the ending as well. Ziren on 4th position will still get some points, but it's looking like Fane is gonna win.
Yeah, really close then for second between Aiva and Marcelli. No one makes a mistake. Yeah, Marcelli is. And a good time by Fane there with a 0.9.
Yeah, sub 101 is great time here. And Ziren just wanted to go up to 69 points. Nice. Let's be honest. He just wanted to go up to 69.
Yeah, no. 69 is a very nice amount of points to be on. You've got a nice lead, and we're not saying nice for any other reason than that, obviously.
Yeah, he is 18 points ahead of Marcelli. And then Bits and Dieva tied for that 3rd position. And then only 1 point behind we have Fane, and also Lucky Era. Look how close it is for the 3rd place battle. We have a banger match coming up. That's for sure. It is. That's so nice.
And I think I might have found the phrase for what Ziren's doing this game. He's cruising like Kaluki. You know?
He is. He's pulling a Kaluki. Someone could say.
Yeah, pulling a Carlucci works, but cruising like Carlucci, that just sounds clean. That's like, yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
It's like sitting in your car, driving your car with one hand. Well, and
yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
hopefully you don't crash,
And
like
shouting
Zarin did.
Carlucci like a mad person.
Zarin only 2 points in this round. He has failed the end. Marcelli getting 10 though, up to
So, like,
61.
when you're cruising like Carlucci, what car do you reckon you're driving? Like, you're driving a nice BMW, or you're driving something like a Trabant or something. What we're talking?
I think a Trabant would be very fitting for the
Yeah,
Eastern style, right? For the
yeah.
Baltic states. If this makes any sense, but maybe a Trabant would make a lot of sense.
No, go
What would
down
you
for a
drive?
cruiser. I'd go
I
for a
mean, those
Trabant
things
if I
do
want
not
to.
cruise, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. If I was going to cruise, I want a Trabant. Make some really interesting sounds as you're driving.
Yeah. Sounds you've never heard before.
Yep. And you wouldn't be at all concerned. But yeah, Marcelli with an unfortunate clip there. But Fane in first, Naiva second, both ahead of Siren at the minute. Siren overtaking Naiva here. But I think
Ooh.
Siren.
Double respawn. And he doesn't know where to go. Because the checkpoint is placed the other way. You can see it how the triangle of the checkpoint is where the triangle is directing to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's still... I don't like this decision from Zyron. And he almost lost
No.
1 point due to that. Why does he go for the risky? He has so little time left.
I know that was an interesting decision. But yeah, that's interesting though that at the minute, Marcelli's kind of really cruising to a second place as well at the minute. That
He
battle for
is, he
third
is.
is going to be quite interesting. I mean, there's still time for things to shake up to happen.
It will all come down to the wire, and we are back on map number 1.
Yeah, we got it quickly.
It was a very quick rotation, wasn't it?
Wait, no. This wasn't map 1 for it.
Oh, no,
Map 1 was the full speed.
It was this is map number 5. Never mind. I think
Yeah.
this was map number 1 in the previous one. Never mind then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agreed with you,
Sorry.
and then my brain went, wait a minute.
Yeah. Whatever.
Do you know
So
what
we have
blame that
12
on? We
rounds
blame that on
played.
illness.
Yeah, like I feel the lightheadedness already. It's really getting to me.
It's not good.
Need some good rest after this.
Oh, definitely. Hit back and cruise like Carlucci.
Sleep like Kaluki.
But yeah, Zyron back on a dominant run again here.
Yeah, he is. Doesn't crash. I mean, he also looked very good on this map. That's for sure, so... I hope he does survive. As Fane, it's not too far behind, but it will not be enough. 52.6. Let me quickly check that time on Pecunia's map. I think that's very fast. Yeah, it's 0.4 away from the world record, so nice time from Zyron. Good
Who
job.
has the world record?
The world record is from Auris. It's a 0.205.
Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, 52.6 is a very nice time to be getting here.
Yeah, 0.6 is very fast, especially in match. I mean, there's so much that can go wrong on this map. With all the penalty sectors, like for example this one, you can gain so much speed from that if you do this turn correctly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can even see the issue at the start there with Zyron. Obviously not replicating their win with an initial crash at the beginning of the map, which we've seen people do before, so it is just a technical map, this one, that's a little bit awkward. But we could see a round win for Bitsy here, which we haven't seen since map 1, I don't think.
Yeah, I think so as well, yeah. Would be great to see though. I mean, Bits has been collecting some consistent points, let's say like this. But he needs more of those rounds where he gets 10 points to move away from the others. And that could be a breakout round for him as he gets some great points. But also Yeva up to 62 points with that lucky error now, falling a bit behind due to that, even though he has gotten 5 points. but it's 2 points between third and fifth. That's
Yeah,
incredible. What a close match, really.
but just the points between third and sixth is also, when you think about it, it's not that much. It is just a very close match all over this.
Yeah, it's very close. That's for sure. Now Fane with a mistake though. Lucky error. Also too far behind here to have a saying in this round. And again, the Zyron domination. He could be one victory away of reaching finalist mode. And then we go to the second rotation again. Or to the second rotation to map number 1 again. Which will be the full speed map. And then there's a line that we wanted to take a look on map 2.
Yeah, it's going interesting. That was an odd line there from Marcelli, dropping a couple of positions. But he leave a second there, which is quite good for them for gaining on Marcelli, with Marcelli down a bit.
Marcelli losing some points. There Eva coming closer with that as well. Zyron now at 93 points. So he just needs to finish a couple of rounds where he's not getting second to last or last, and then he's... But easier said than done on this map. A lot of things can go wrong if you have the wrong lines.
Yeah, just come second, come first, you get yourself to finalists, and then just win another round. Nice and simple, and there's nothing difficult about doing that, honestly. But no, I think this map might be a rough one for Zyron to actually get the win over the line, if we're being serious. This could be a little bit of a stumbling block, but they've got such a big lead. I think they're going to have plenty of time to get to 100 and just chill and wait for that round win.
Definitely. But he should also close it out very, very soon, because pressure is something that Zyron is not working that well with.
Definitely agree with you. I just don't think this is the map for Zyron to get it done.
But to get finals for sure. Like, he can get 7 points on this map. This is Marcelli's map to shine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is Marcelli's chance to get themselves within reach of finalist. And we can see it here, already 0.5 ahead of second. Lucky error in second at the minute, actually, which is interesting. We haven't really seen
very good for Lucky error. Oh, Marcelli almost failed the ending, actually.
That is a good time. Yeah.
Is it? Because it's not even beating AT medal.
Is it not? That felt like a good time watching that.
AT is 56.9.
I've got my plugins off. I can't see. I was just going off the feels of what I'm looking at half the time.
Yeah, it looked great. I agree.
I'm gutted now.
The record is a 0.60 from Oris, actually. We don't know the offline times, of course. Maybe it's a bit faster. Who knows?
I still stand by it being a good run, because it was nice to watch.
Definitely. I mean, it definitely was, and only 6 players have beaten the AT medal so far. And if we then go down further the line, there is like a 0.4 gap between 6th and 7th. So players really hunted for AT here. Or players who have understood full speed, and players who maybe go a bit conservative. And, well, Marcelli has certainly understood full speed. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I remember I was talking to Marcelli. Marcelli said they used to play a lot of full speed, I think, on TMNF, I think they said. But they, not so much now, but they've got their just experience in their brain of how to do full speed, which is a good skill to have when you put a full speed map in your map pack.
Definitely. And you can really see that in his runs. But I mean, that was a 58. Like, again, he's 0.8 away from the AT, and he still gets himself like such a big lead over the others. And Zyron now in finalist. Marcelli only 1 second place away from reaching finals as well.
Yeah, as this one map has just made such a difference to them to break away from Aiva, Bitsy, Fane, and and Lucky error to an extent. Sorry, but yeah, no, I need to stop talking for a second.
Yeah, all good, all good. I'll take over. I mean, as you say, Lucky Era, I mean, he's not too far behind. He's at 65 points. And certainly something that he can work with here if Marcelli maybe then is not getting first or second place. Of course, that's theoretical because he's on a great run, but maybe he's gonna crash. Who knows, who knows. But he can definitely catch this one up with 1 or 2 rounds, but he needs to stay in close proximity now. But he exactly does that because he's on second place. So he will get 7 points in this round, but no, he fails.
Nope, and I either.
The ending here, Lucky Error from second to 5th place. Very unlucky for him, because this could have been a huge round for him. Could have gone up to 70 plus points. And now Marcelli also in finalist mode. And now we go on to map 2, where we wanted to focus on Lucky Error's line.
Yeah, definitely, but I just that was so dominant from Marcelli that I didn't even need to switch who I was watching for any rounds. Just keep it on Marcelli, and you auto, and you just get to where you need to be.
You just get a GPS run.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Like, just a GPS run to focus on that run here. So Marcelli joining Zyron on finals as we were expecting it. Zyron did not close it out on this map, but now they also know that full speed is done for now, for today. It will be very, very unlikely that we see this map again, that we see 12 more rounds being played without us having 3 winners. I think it is, like, in a weird way.
Would it involve Lucky Error winning and with him and Fade coming 1-2 a lot, would it? Yeah.
Like Lucky Error winning and then Zyron and Marcelli getting 2nd and 3rd every round. Lucky Error getting 4th, Bits getting 5th. You know, something like that.
And then we could have a 6-way finalist. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, you like that.
Yeah.
But look at the finalists battling it out. I think we don't have a 6-way final situation because Zyron and Marcelli both are leading right now. There's 3 more spots up for grabs for tomorrow, and one of them will probably be occupied by Zyron, who had a very shaky start into this tournament, but finally redeemed himself with a 6th seed here into the event. So you love to see that. Very nice. He will be seeded into semi-final 2, playing against 2nd and 3rd place. So not an easy task, but definitely doable.
No, and it's a great comeback from Zyron there. You know, they were one of the on the list of people you put as your favourites going into the day, and it's just not quite gone to plan for them. But they've got themselves there at the last chance possible, and that's what matters really, I guess. Just to make sure you're there for day 2, and then deal with whatever situation you're given.
Yep. A fresh day, a restart. But I mean, it wasn't the last chance because there's still 2 more seats up for grabs.
And I mean, you know, this match as a whole.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I think if this was like let's say a double final situation for 1 more spot, there would have been much more pressure for Zyron on the line, that's for sure.
Yeah, they've done well to just get themselves through there. But we'll see if Marcelli can get themselves through reasonably quickly, or if it's going to turn into an issue for them. But
but with a mistake. It's only 1 more player, and Fane has a good line in this sector. Let's see Lucky Arrow's line. It's very, very similar to that one, but Marcelli gets a great ending, and Marcelli will also make it to day 2. What a great ending from Marcelli there, asserting dominance.
Oh, yeah.
2 rounds later, we only have 4 more players into the match. It's Fane, Yeva, Bits, and Lucky Arrow, and both are sitting at 70 plus points.
Yeah,
so I think the next map could even be the last one.
Yeah, it definitely could be. I think the interesting bit here is who's going to go through, because all 4 of them are in a position where they very easily could be the one to go through. This story is not over yet.
Definitely. It's just a normal 4-way match now, only that you get 7 and 5 points, so you get more points on average in comparison to normal cup modes by half a point. It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you get 14 points for 2 second places it's a lot, that's for sure. And that's what Eva is in need of course, but she's now in first position. Bit's completely struggling here to control his car. Eva can save it, and she only needs top 3 in the next round in order to be in finals as well. Most importantly, who's gonna get second? It will be Fane, 92 points. Lucky Arrow also up to 82 with that, and Bits, the biggest loser of this round, only 85 points for him. It could have been much more for him.
Yeah, it's all coming towards an end now, and I always feel sad that this day's so close to being over, but the exciting bit is that this day's nearly over, and then we get to the big finals tomorrow, and it's going to be good, isn't it? It's going to be a good day.
Yeah, it's a nice appetizer today, let's say like that.
Yeah.
We had some very good matches already starting day number 1, which was quite exciting. And also, like, this format as well, like, having 6 players in one match makes, of course, sense. Just seeing the Swiss stage. But it's just so exciting to see how everybody's dealing with it, and the point repetition all of a sudden is different. And, well, this could be it. This is most likely the last map here. Unless we have some weird constellation where Bits is getting first and then last and all of that stuff. But I think we have 3 more rounds on this one, and then it will be over.
Yeah, it should be. You know, Eva and also Fane can very easily get themselves into finalist this match. I mean, Fane not card now. She's 6 seconds behind. Ignore me. But and he'd obviously need to win. So Eva, very good opportunity, almost guaranteed finalist. Here, unless, but they need to DNF actually, don't they? So so we should be getting.
They can save the ending.
Yeah, should be getting a finalist here, and obviously Bitsy will be moving on quite close as long as the ending goes well for Bitsy. They'll be getting nice close to finalist. Yeah.
Yeah, good ending from Bits here to go up to 95 points as well. Eva now in finalists, so good luck to Eva. Can she redeem herself for a great but also unlucky performance, I would say, today? She has 1 shot of making it. The previous match looked dire for her.
Ooh.
Let's see how this one does go. How will it continue? How will it conclude? Will we have 1 more round after this? The answer is most likely yes, because Eva made a mistake. Yeah,
but it's not too bad. You're only 0.2 behind here. It's doable if you can just get a little bit extra speed and have other people make a mistake. And the ending obviously is always a big moment on this now. But yeah, no, it was disappointing the last match for them. So I'd love to see them just get through now, because, like we've said, it would feel like a story didn't get to happen that was meant to if she doesn't make it there. So Philip's here, so that'll be the end of that chance.
And such an important overtake happened there as well, because
Bitsy.
What is Bits? Yeah, I don't know what Bits does, but that was such an unnecessary. But no, Fane also with a mistake. I wanted to say that this was such an important overtake from Fane onto, I think it was Eva in this round, or Bits, someone of that, because he would have been up to 5. He would have been up to 5 points, so 100 points on the dot. But now Fane is the unlucky person who doesn't reach finalist modes. So we could have a quadruple final situation, and also Lucky Era.
Yeah.
At 97 points.
Someone we've not talked about them, but they have just been getting points all match. They've just been consistently getting points without really winning rounds. But yeah, it's been a good performance by Lucky Era as well, which we maybe haven't pointed out as much as we should have done.
Yeah, agreed. And I also just realized that my brain is completely fogging up. Cannot really think clear anymore. It's yeah, it has been a long day for me, or an exhausting day, especially with being sick. I'm not really used to casting anymore while being sick.
No, it's not
fun. But what I'm certainly sniffing here is 1 more round on the next map. If Fane survives the ending and Lucky Era finishes, we'll have a 4-way final situation coming up. But Bits getting a good drift here, is pushing a lot. Fane has not the best amount of speed into this sector, but Bits opting for that inside approach, which is not paying its dividends. Fane makes the ending. And there you have it. We have 4 finalists and 1 more final round.
Yeah. But no, I'm impressed at how well you've done today, being ill, that you've been told so much to. But in fact, to deal with me, which is not a great thing in life in general, anyway. But like, no, it's what a way to end. Fogging up, and suddenly we're in a quadruple finalist situation. This shows up. This shows how great this event is. That we're going to
Yeah,
end today with a quadruple finalist situation. Oh, feels good to say that.
that's amazing. And don't talk yourself down. You're also doing amazing. So don't worry about that. It's all going according to plan. Some hiccups do happen. They just make the stream perfect. You know, imperfect perfection, I would say. That's what people love, and that's what, yeah, I love as well, right? It's so good. So don't worry about that. A cough here and there, like a typo, or like just a brain fog here and there. It's completely fine. Don't worry about that. And
Oh, no,
let's go into the last round, and you take it over.
oh, I get to enjoy the quadruple finalists. So here we go, quadruple finalists. So I think the interesting one just early on to say is, if Luckiera could get through here, which would be probably the biggest possible upset, but very tight by the front pack here. Fane and Bitsy trading almost here for position, but Bitsy a little bit more speed now. Fane coming through. So maybe it could be fine to getting the job done with what he needs, but a little overtake happening here from Fane and possibly Aeva. But no, Bitsy actually going to hold on him first, getting a little bit better exit. But, inside plastic. Gain a little bit of speed. Bitsy now gaining, actually, going up to about 0.1, maybe even 0.2 by the time you get to the checkpoint ahead.
Or Fane with
Fane.
good. No, he crashed.
And it looks like
Could
a
be
victory lap.
Bits.
It looks like a victory lap. And Bitsy goes
He
through.
does it.
He does it.
Wow. Like, how disappointed I was from Bits and Zyron. Just like quote unquote disappointed. They actually go through against all odds. Bits beats Yeva and Fane, and also Lucky Era. So Bits through into the next day. But huge shout out to Yeva, Fane, and Lucky Era, who put on a great fight, having a quadruple final situation. And Bits, the last one, making it to day 2. And I hope he practices now and he doesn't watch any videos on YouTube. That's what he did yesterday when we were casting. Yag and me, he was like, yeah, CBA practicing, I'm gonna watch this video. So Bits, lock in, show us your potential. You are one of the best players. You were the best Baltic player, active Baltic player. Maybe if Sander, if you exclude him from Trackmania United. I'm hyped to see it, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be such a great day, and I'm hoping that you're feeling a bit better for it. Look, so you can enjoy the day.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a bit rough at the end. I really feel my brain crumbling upon me. Let's say it like that. But I think it was still very enjoyable. Thank you so much for hosting today, BMZ. Thank you so much for the cast. Amazing as always, and I really look forward to tomorrow, and I hope you guys will be here as well. It will start, I think, at 15 CET again, 14 Euro time, 16 Baltic time. I guess could also be different, but I think that should be right.
I think it's the same time tomorrow.
Yeah, 16 EET.
So we should probably get out of these beautiful people's hair and let them enjoy their day. But, like you say, what a great day. What a lot of drama. And wasn't it fun?
Yeah, thank you very much for joining, and we're going to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.